endless ramblings of a Scottish redone whore and a pissy ex-video store clerk. Their ongoing mission is to set right the movie wrongs. They're gonna need a bigger podcast.
Bit premature there, were you not? Got there too soon. That's what she said. That'll do.
I bet.
Hello everybody and welcome to episode 90 of the 365 Flicks podcast. It has been about a month since we sat down in the cave. A bloody month.
It's been a while.
But it's been hectic.
Yeah, we needed a minute.
We did need a minute.
We had quite a time in Cincinnati, as we will tell everyone about now in a minute.
We'll get to that. Don't be giving spoilers.
Now in a minute, I said now in a minute. Don't start with me.
So yeah, this is episode 90. I am... What's my handle again?
I'm not telling you.
I'm Kevin, the pissy ex-video store clerk. And you are?
The Scottish Breeding Whore, Chris.
Yay! I'm back. This is the roundup show. The last episode was the go home show. This is the roundup show.
Yeah.
This is the Cincinnati Comic Expo roundup show.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yep.
It's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be jam-packed. It's not going to be 5 hours Aaron Goodmiller.
No, it's a bit much, isn't it?
That's like a lot of like car drives.
Nobody wants to hear that.
I don't know. I think a lot of people want to hear that.
I think so.
Yeah. Live episode, yo.
Yeah, I want to hear what you're saying about that.
6-7 hours. Let's go for it. We'll blitz it, man. Could you imagine us talking for like 7 hours? Sometimes it feels like we do anyway. So yeah, what's been going on, man?
What's been going on?
How's your week been since we got back from the Mercas? Trump's Merca.
Pretty busy.
Yeah?
Pretty busy, yeah. Had a cheeky initial meeting for the film. Well, you know, you were there.
Yes, well, it was, yes. Yes.
So
Tell the good people about your movie that you're making and your kung fu. That was an Office reference. Come on then.
First of all, go to Facebook and search for What You Can't See Film and follow it and like it and follow it again and share it and like it again and tell everybody about it and just like it again.
Sounds like a John Cena biography.
Just please like it again. Please.
Is it a John Cena biography?
What?
What You Can't See Me?
That joke's already been made.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
Your partner's pish.
Oh man, it's fucking good to be back.
I wasn't finished.
It's good to be back in the cave. I'm glad we're back in the cave. Okay, carry on. Finish your little therapy talk.
Yeah, you kept on talking, calling it that.
You had an intervention with some people in your flat.
So, basically, the film has been cast, apart from a couple of cheeky bits. So we had our first meeting of everybody most people who are going to be involved with the film. And we spoke through the script and different shots and all that kind of thing. And it's looking pretty positive, looking pretty good. It's looking like we're going to be filming towards the end of this month, which is fucking awesome.
That is awesome.
Yeah, and exciting and shiny, and hopefully that'll stay on track, and we'll get filmed this month, and then everybody who has followed the page, what I have already mentioned, will get updates, and everybody who listens to this show will get updates.
So, question.
Go.
Catering.
Well, you're covering that, I believe.
No, I was thinking all that. And yeah, I could cater. I could bring as many caramel cake bars as you like. But, right?
I finished them, by the way. They were really nice.
They were, weren't they?
Yeah.
Not bad for 40p.
Nope.
But yeah, what you should do, Bev's food truck.
Bev Super would think she would set up in my garden.
Probably.
Yeah.
Aye. She was really nice.
She could have set up on this street, to be fair.
Bev was the food truck on the set of Redwood. I know you know that. I'm telling the listener who may not know that.
I promise you I understand. We are 90 episodes in after all.
Yeah. I think you probably do know how podcasts work now. Yeah.
Well, let's not go mental. We've all had a drink.
I mean, we're not like 82 Hobie good. But, you know...
As we always say on this show, it's quality, not quantity, so...
Yeah, exactly. And we damn sure got the quality. And they don't got nothing. But yeah, so, let's get into it, man. That's your film. That's by the by. Nobody wants to hear about that. I'm sure it'll be excellent, in a way. Yeah.
In a way.
In a way. So, man... Get on with the proceedings.
Yeah.
You've got a job to do that you haven't done for a few weeks now.
I know. I'm going to make a right arse of it as well.
Yeah, probably. You sat there and pimped the shit out of your Facebook page, no bother,
don't
for your film. So, time to do it for the podcast, bud.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It has. It's been a while. Remember Stained? They were shit. Carry on.
Who? What?
Stained. It's been a while.
What?
They were a band and they were very emo, and the guy was bald and he sat on the stairs with Fred Durst and he sang, "It's been a while." Don't know any other words to the song, so don't look at me like that. Right, crack
We
on.
are the 365 Flicks podcast, and we don't talk about Fred Durst songs.
It wasn't a Fred Durst song, he was just in the video. It was like a live concert. The guy was sat on the stairs, he was the baldy napper, and he sang, "It's been a while." And Fred Durst sat behind him, and Fred Durst was like, he said something halfway through the song like, "This is the real motherfucking deal, y'all." You know, in that wanky way that Fred Durst used to say things. So, promotion. Crack on, pimpage. You can find us where?
I don't know what's happening.
I know.
Yeah.
It's going to be a long one.
So you can have a look for us on Facebook and on Twitter if you search for the 365 Flicks podcast. We're everywhere. We are like shit in a field. Have a look for our website, www.365flickspodcast.co.uk. You can find many, many awesome reviews, what my good pal here works on. I've got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, you don't do it.
Nah,
You're too busy making your film.
Yeah.
I might do a review of your short movie.
You'll have to.
I could be like, it's good, in a way.
No,
Do you think you'd put that on the poster? On the box?
It's good in a way.
It's good, in a way, in its own way. Yeah, I like that. In its own way, it's good. No? I'm all about that.
I reserve the right to not use that on the
Because,
poster.
by the way,
What?
by the way,
What?
my quotes are getting pulled and getting put on boxes now.
I know they
A
are.
box, and didn't have my name on it, but it's still mine.
Right.
See the way I gave myself some credit there and then completely took it away?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
It's a moral victory, if anything.
it is a review that I wrote on our website, which also gets cross-posted on the awesome nerdly.co.uk, ran by the wonderful Phil. They took my review and they loved the review, and they took probably the worst quote from the review and put it on the box. I mean, I'm happy. I'm extremely
Was that
happy.
the one that you showed me when we were sat in the airport and it was he starts buggering about or something like that? Or was that a different film?
No, that was a different film. But it was like, the review I wrote was for a movie called Second Nature, starring Sam Huntington. And, you know, like, when I'm writing reviews, I get quite personal. Like, the one you're talking about was...
Oh, wasn't it the one with...
Never Let Go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
with Mifma. With Angela Dixon's in it. And it's like... It's a good movie about how a woman goes to like a third world country and her baby gets kidnapped, and then she spends the rest of the movie kicking the shit out of everyone to try and get her kid back. And in that review, I got quite personal, and I got quite just, you know, like, I was writing to my pal, and I said that she had a husband who was playing funny buggers with her, and yeah, I did write that as a sentence. So you would take something like that and put that on the box.
I would.
But the quote that got pulled, which, don't get me wrong, I'm still very happy, was funny as hell.
So if you just putting this out there, if you do a review of the film, you say something like starts getting cunt beat out of him or something like that, that's going on the poster.
Should do.
That's going on the poster, definitely.
This movie kicks cunt out of Born Identity or something like that. Yeah? You could put that on the
Probably not
poster.
my movie because it's a ghost movie.
Right, so your movie, right? I'll write a review of yours and you have to use a quote. It'll just be like, yeah, it's alright. You could put, meh, Kev.
Pish.
Oh, pish,
There you
yeah.
go.
Everything is pish. So yeah, anyway, did you finish the
I
pimpage
think
there?
got nowhere near finished the pitch.
So go on then, crack on. What networks are we on?
So we are 10 minutes in.
We're only 10 minutes in.
Yeah,
it's fine.
it's fine. Yeah, so I've covered the Facebooks and the Twitters and the website. So networks.
Networks.
Look for us on the Tangible Network, the Wicked Radio Network, nerdly.co.uk. Awesome.
Thank you, Phil, for getting my my quote put on a box.
Yep. You're just doing this on purpose now, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I'm just quite genuinely happy.
Yep. We Be Geeks on the Twitters. You can have a look for us on hashtag #PodandFamily and also Brit Pod Scene.
Told you that would come in handy.
Yeah.
Brit Pod Scene and Pod and Family, 2 awesome hashtags you need to be looking for on the Twitter. There's some great podcasts on there. I love Brit Pod Scene because I don't have that many British podcasts. Now I've got too many. If there is such a thing.
Shoddy. You can also look for us and subscribe to us on the iTunes. Don't forget to leave a review because we like it. We really like it.
5-star motherfucker.
Yep. When people leave reviews for us, it makes us feel good.
It does.
And gets us through the day.
Yeah, we currently have 13. That's not bad.
You know what's better is
40.
Yeah.
What's better would be like loads, to be fair.
Like loads.
Loads.
Have a look for us on... fuck me, I don't even know where I am anymore. If you've got an Android phone, you can also find us on any other third-party podcasting app. We are everywhere.
Yep, we're everywhere.
Done. That's probably the most piping hot, messy one I've done.
Yeah, it was.
It was your fault, though, to be fair.
It was a little bit.
Yeah.
So tonight we have got our Cincinnati Roundup. Which was what we're going to start with that because we were really excited about talking about it. We had a fantastic time there, so we're going to start with that. We are foregoing our 0%ers tonight because neither of us have watched it and we just haven't had time. So instead of that, you're going to get a cheeky little section which includes Daniel Farrand, the writer of the Untold comic book. We've had him on before. We absolutely love the guy. He's doing another Kickstarter, so he came on to talk about that one. All about social issues and stuff like that. It looks like a fantastic book, and so you're going to hear that soon. We've got some news as usual, we've got some reviews in the What Have You Been Watching section, and we have got our Just the Pilot, which was about Iz's.
It was about Iz's.
And because we are so fucking awesome, we've got 2 top 5s for you. Not 1, 2 top 5s.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a reason, though.
There is a reason.
And it will be covered in the Cinci Roundup, I feel.
Yep. So in the Cinci Roundup, we're going to give you a top 5 of our top 5 Cinci moments that we couldn't help but come back and tell you about. And then later on in the show, you're going to get a top 5 that is dedicated to one of our friends of the show and listeners, Scab Jeff.
Yep. Or the Cincinnati Llama Botherer.
Yeah, that shit was cold.
Dirty bastard.
Greetings from Tromaville. I'm Lloyd Kaufman, president of Troma Entertainment and creator of The Toxic Avenger. You know, folks, when the Troma team and I are not making those great movies like Tromeo and Juliet and Terra Firma and Return to Nukem High, a.k.a. Volume 2, the Troma team and I like to kick back and inhale the most educational and entertaining podcast in the world, Poop Culture.
Hello, I'm Toxie. I love poop culture. Poop culture is the best. I like poop culture. In fact, I even look like some poop right now. If you look closely, it's kind of a poop.
But I'm 70 years old and I want to blow my fucking brains out. So, honestly, I don't even know why I care.
1, 2, 3, 4. Poop culture, yeah.
We might as well get into this. Cincinnati, yo.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's fucking awesome.
Oh, it was it was a quick 4 days.
It was.
If anything.
It was.
Fucking fantastic 4 days.
Definitely.
Yeah, where do we start?
I really don't know. Like, we've covered some conventions over here, and this year has been a bit of a crazy one for us, really. The Sci-Fi Weekend early in the year was just, like, totally different to anything we've ever covered. And then, obviously, we got invited to this last year. The Hobie boys kind of set us up a little bit with the guys. Mm-hmm. Got us in there. We got invited over to cover the event. And we got there, and I don't think it really ever sunk in that we were there.
Not really, no. No, not really. There wasn't really a great deal of time for it to sink in. I mean, yeah, it was just mental the entire time, but it was fucking awesome.
It was awesome. I mean,
let's talk about the first night. So, Jeff from Hobie picked us up from the airport. Bless him.
Thank you again for that, Mr. Jeff.
Yeah,
that was awesome. My name is Jeff. Sorry, I had to get it out of my system.
Although somebody did do that to him at the table.
I imagine a lot of people did that to him at the table.
And so took us to the hotel, made sure we were checked in. like a proper gentleman. Took him for a cheeky pint.
Cheeky few pints.
Turned into 5 pints.
Hope he didn't drive home.
Well, you would hope not.
You would hope not. You know, zero tolerance over this neck of the woods and that.
Yeah.
But I think we found that that's not quite the case over there. Not saying that anybody was drink driving, because we love them all.
No,
but yeah,
never
we
that.
had a fantastic chat with Jeff. Jeff was all about, like, talking about Lost. I had a really good chat about Lost with Jeff, which was, like, amazing.
I caught up on my sleep from the plane at that point, so that was fine.
You kind of did a little bit, arsehole. We just kind of got there, got settled in, and just kind of, watched a bit of Still Game when we got to bed. Separate beds, obviously, because that would not be good.
Oh, I don't lift the curtain.
People want to know about the buggerins. but yeah, we had a fantastic. The flight actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. On the way there, it was really good. They actually let us in, which I was a little bit worried about.
Yeah, I was as well.
I think you got a little bit more worried when we got on that side in Cincinnati, and then they sent me to those machines, and then you had to go the other way.
Well, they gave me a form to fill out because I would have actually been all right, because the rule that they had was if you've been in the US in the last 10 years, which I had,
right,
then you can just go with that thing. But I'd bloody well renewed my passport.
You bastard.
So the stamp wasn't in the passport anymore.
Interesting story about passports. Lindsay washed my pants when I got back.
Oh, shit.
Also washed my passport. So I don't think I'll be going anywhere.
So we actually need to go again so that you have to do the fucking form and I can go through the scanny thing.
Yeah, that would be exactly the reason to go back, yeah.
Yeah,
totally.
Makes sense.
Tard. So yeah, that was Thursday. There's not much to say about Thursday. We just managed to have a few cheeky pints with Jeff. You know what? It was really good meeting him. It was like, we've spent the last 2 or 3 years talking to these guys while doing the podcast. They do their thing, we do our thing, but we've always had like a comment in between. And it was fucking great meeting him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just like, yeah. And I was kind of like stood there, and when we were waiting for him to come out, it's like, do I shake his hand? Do I give him a cuddle?
He's not a cuddler.
He's not a cuddler. No, not at all.
Jason is. He warned us of that.
Yeah, big time. Yeah. And Dev really big cuddler.
Is.
Yeah, a couple of times. But yeah, like it was cool, and it was, of everything we've done so far, that was like, I was the most apprehensive about it, and it was awesome. And Americans are just really fucking nice. Like, I don't know if it was just Cincinnati, but I don't think we met a dickhead there. No.
I don't think we did.
And it was so welcoming to meet the guys finally. So let's just get into Friday.
Although it does, like, the stealing a llama from a child qualify you as a dickhead.
He's a cunt.
So he wasn't a dickhead to us exactly. Well, he kind of was.
Oh, we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. Oh, fucking right we will.
We will.
Because I was about to jump over the table, except I would have made an arse of myself.
What, when you fell over and smacked your face?
Exactly.
Okay. So, Saturday. Friday. Yeah, so apparently in Cincinnati you can't find breakfast at a decent time.
That's true.
We found this out quite quickly. Running around the place looking for, just coffee and a burger. Or
just a coffee.
A bacon roll would have done. Coffee was nice, but we found one. Lookout Joe's, shout out to them. We found them. That was a nice little place to go.
Wow, you made a note of the name and everything.
We found a better place than that, though.
Yes, we did.
Coffee and donuts, motherfucker.
Best donuts ever.
Yeah, best. Like, maybe shouldn't have bought 2 though, because fully with I take a lot of sugar in my coffee anyway. So when I was eating them donuts with the massive sugary coffee, I was ready to go.
Damn.
I was ready to go. So yeah, it took us a while to find that, but then we got into the expo. We went in.
Well, no, we went somewhere before there, didn't we?
Yeah, you want to talk about that? I'll let you talk about that.
Well, it was your idea to go there. I'd never heard of it.
It kind of was a little bit.
Yeah.
What was this again?
It was the Freedom Centre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to sit on the bus.
How did you know about this?
I didn't know about it.
Oh.
No, you asked me what there was to do in Cincinnati. I said, fuck all. And then I went on Google's. And there was like loads of things on Google Maps pointed out about the place. And I was like, well, that doesn't look far. It's called the Freedom Museum.
So I thought you were aware of it before we went.
No, I didn't know about that one.
Oh.
No. I thought it was going to be like a museum dedicated to that song, Freedom.
What, George Michael?
Freedom. George Michael. I thought it was going to be a George Michael museum.
In Cincinnati.
in Cincinnati.
A little bit obscure, if anything.
They probably love.
I
George
did tell
Michael.
you that's what it was going to be about before we went there.
Yeah, I just didn't expect it to be that much about that.
Right.
If you know what I mean. I thought there might be other things.
What?
in
So
there.
the museum about the Underground Railroad and slavery was a little bit too much about slavery.
A little bit
Yeah.
for me, for
All
my
right,
tastes.
okay, well, there you go.
For my tastes. But it was good because we got to do the Rosa Parks sat down on the bus
Yeah.
thing, which was cool.
So it was virtual reality of Rosa Parks being booted off the bus.
Mm-hmm.
So that was really interesting. That was right up my street. As I said to you and Jeff, I think on the Friday night I studied that in school, so I was kind of aware of a lot of it anyway.
I thought it was going to be a bit more tense though.
Tense.
Yeah, like, yeah. I thought because of the time and what went on. I don't know the full
Oh,
story.
you mean
of
the
that.
video?
Yeah, the
Right.
video thing that we watched. I thought it was really gonna put you in that situation.
Well, the one thing that, yeah, I would agree with you, because the last that sort of explained it all to us and all that said, well, you know, you got to be wanting to be looking behind you and all that kind of thing, and it was great. The quality was great and all that. But I was sat looking behind me and everything, and
It was just empty seats.
there was empty seats there.
Yeah.
So because I thought there's going to be a copper like come up the bus behind you and
So
bloody.
what you're saying is she could have moved because there was a lot of empty seats. Is that what you're saying? It's not the point though.
Well, no, that's not the point. We're not going to get into that. Not going to that. But yeah, that was the Friday morning before we went to pick up our press passes, and that's
Yeah.
so we went to pick those up.
Press
and then
passes, yo!
We went into the Sun Beach.
Not happy though. Well, I am happy because we got press passes. They were awesome. Don't want to sound ungrateful. Thank you very much, Cincinnati Comic Expo. You're all amazing. But yeah, the exhibitors got Harley Quinn and we got Victor Freeze.
I don't really care. I've got another thing with press on it.
I managed
so-
to get Jeff's Harley Quinn.
Yeah. It didn't really bother me.
It didn't bother me per se. I just love Harley Quinn.
You were stamping your feet a little bit.
And we went in and it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That place was huge. Like, yeah, it was huge. There was a lot going on. We do these things over here, and maybe it's just because we haven't been to like the London one yet. And I'm
I
assuming
would say that'll be.
I'm assuming the London one's
Yeah.
going to be absolutely massive. But the places we've been so far with these conventions over here, it kind of paled in comparison, like scope and size. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. Artists everywhere. Like over here, again, I don't know what it's like down south, but the ones that we've been to over here, they're kind of pushing the comic
yeah.
books to the side.
Yeah.
And I'm not having a go at any conventions. You do what you do, you know. But some of the ones we've been to, the comic book artists are kind of non-existent now, and it's a shame.
It is a shame because when we first started going to them,
Yeah.
they were pretty prominent. They had, you
Yeah.
know, as you say, they had their own section, but there was loads of them,
Oh.
and it felt like they actually mattered. But then it kind of just started to drift off until now they're not there at all,
Yeah,
which sucks.
and over there they were everywhere. They had their own little alley. They were fucking everywhere, and that was good to see. I was happy to see that. The cosplay over there was just a cut above. I do think that we are good. I think that,
they needed the guy going, "Don't panic, I'm off the TV."
yeah, could have had
Anonymous
him.
guy.
But that was one thing that I did find about it. Like, I was kind of sitting there thinking on the way over and for the weeks and months before we went over, like, I bet the cosplay is going to be fan-fucking-tastic. I bet it's going to be just another level completely, you know? And it was great, but I was sitting there thinking when we were in there looking at all the cosplays thinking, we're not far off this. Like, we are on this level, like... So I was happy about that because it means that the people over here, especially when we went to SFW earlier in the year, we put a lot into the cosplay.
I would actually say there was more cosplay at SFW
But I think that's
because there's more room.
I think that's what FSW kind of aims for, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's.
But you had those big fuck off transformery things going about. But as I say, there's more room.
Yeah, but I'm happy to report back to the Brits listening in that we are on their level. We're fucking doing it right. We're doing the cosplay right, which I didn't think we were. I kind of thought, oh, there's a Wales Wally. We're doing good, but we're not. We're doing amazing.
Okay.
Just a thing. On Friday, when we went in, we got our press pass and everything. We went in, scoped out where some of the guests were. Little old Miriam Margolyes was there.
Bless her.
Little old Maggie Gia from Gotham was there. We took in a few panels. You got your picture taken with Miriam.
I did.
You was happy about that,
Yep.
wasn't you?
Yep. I was very happy with that.
You were.
That
You
was
were
one of the
walking around
reasons.
like a cat that got the cream.
Yeah. That was. I think she's a fucking legend. The woman's a legend, and I know I spent a little bit for the photo and
a little bit more than you would hope.
Yeah, well, I spent $70 on the photo.
Whoa!
And the autograph, but you know, as I said to you, I'm never ever going to get the chance to meet her again.
No.
So fuck it.
I mean, I got one on the Sunday with someone else, and I was exactly the same as you. There's no way I'm going to get to meet this guy again, so I'm going for it. And little heads up, we were hoping to maybe get a couple of interviews.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to happen, and then it looked less like it was going to happen, and then kind of, went back and forward, and then just...
I think as well, like, again, with some of our conventions, some of the ones we go to, we have the opportunity, like, we can get in there, and there's usually a period of time where you can just get in and do it.
Yeah.
It was kind of full on most of the weekends when we were
there.
there.
It was. Well, I mean, it got to the point on the Sunday where we kind of... we went back one last time hoping to try and catch her, and they were packing up.
Yeah, they were packing up.
So it was like, oh, you know what, screw it. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I've met her, so I don't care.
You'd met her, and it was one of those things. People are there to meet these people that they absolutely adore and to get photographs and to get autographs, and we're not going to get in the way of that. So every time we went up, it was just like, you know what, let's just leave it just now. And then we went up again. It's like, no, it's all good. I got a couple of details off a couple of people that we can follow up with, so we're all good there. But we didn't per se get any interviews.
I don't care.
Which is fine because we had a fucking fantastic weekend.
Tangent. There's a lot of jealous people that I got to meet Miriam Margolyes, you know that?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I would hope so.
My business partner Gary shared the photo on the Friday night, and there was a lot of people commenting on it going, fucking hell, And I met Ross from the Damp Night during the week there, and he was bloody gutted as well that I'd gotten to meet her.
Good.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, not yeah,
it does kind of help, yeah.
Yeah, good.
So $70 well spent, if anything.
That's why we fucking do what we do.
Yep.
And once you got your picture, that was before. Yeah, once you got your picture with Miriam, we were kind of like, right, let's go and do what we came here to do.
Well, we kind of went, well, we've done everything else with me as well.
We might as well go and see if he's here. So we went round to see Jeff, Blake, and Jason, who had a table there. They did very good the whole weekend. They did amazing work.
They did. It was great to see.
It was fantastic, because then it's like, now we know what not to do. No, I'm joking. I absolutely kid when I say that. The guys were fantastic the whole weekend. They were getting people coming up and they were doing trivia quizzes. We did a couple of trivia quizzes. They nailed it. They fucking nailed it, and they want to be damn proud of themselves. And the Cincinnati Expo guys want to really take another look at these guys, because they did cracking work.
What was your trivia one? Was it movies?
It was just movies, yeah. And they kept.
I did WWE.
They kept throwing shit like name 5 fucking.
That's right.
Street
That's
movies.
right. Yeah, because I helped you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went over to meet Jeff, Blake, and Jason, and guess what? Blake was not fucking there.
Lazy fucker.
I know, right? If you had done that to me, I'd have slapped the shit out of you.
You did say that too? Ditto.
But you can understand, because apparently it was like a 16-hour drive after watching his daughter's college football game. Was it football or was it soccer?
Do I want to get into that?
Real football. Not European football. Fuck that shit. But anyway.
That was about to become an international incident.
That was. You cannot be calling it European football.
And you know what? He had you wound round your little finger.
And he knew that.
Yeah.
And he knew that. Mm-hmm. So we went and met the guys, spent a little bit of time with them, had enough of speaking to them. And then we went for a little bit more of a walk. But while we were there, don't let me forget, because while we were there, we finally got to meet Ape Hands.
Yes, we did.
Ape Hands
yes,
was
we
there.
did. Yeah.
And
He does not have 8 hands.
he doesn't know. If anything, he's got Jeremy Beadle hands. I thought for the size he was.
Wow.
Well, for the size he was, I thought he had little small hands. I'm not saying he had little.
Jeremy
midget
Beadle had
hands.
little T-Rex hands. Well,
Well,
one little T-Rex hand. Well, move on.
Okay. But yeah, we got to meet Ape Hands, and that was awesome.
Yep.
We took in the Miriam Margolyes talk. We took in the Maggie Gia talk. So then after the con, we had a great Friday. Friday was only really a half day, really, wasn't it? It started at like 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. So then we went in, done all that, and then we went out for a couple of cheeky beers and a bit of food with the boys, Jeff and Jason.
And that place was my nirvana, basically.
That place was amazing.
It was great. It was a lager house, and I like me a lager. So
right across the road from the Great American Ballpark.
yeah, we got a
We got a firework display.
overly long, if anything.
We got an overly long firework display that makes our New Year's Eve firework display in London look shit.
Oh, in
And
London, I was going to say in Berwick, but
and apparently they do this every Friday
yeah,
as part of their 5 games a week. What the
that's
fuck?
mental.
No wonder it's a boring sport. You're doing it like 5 nights a week. But yeah, we caught a little bit of that. Would have been nice to go in there. I would have loved to have gone in there.
Yeah, but from what they were describing, I think we'd have been bored.
Yeah, because we're Brits. Yeah, don't have very long attention
So
spans.
you think after half an hour we'd have been going, boo!
Here we go. I don't know any chance.
Who are you?
Hey, bada, swing, bada. I'm quite good at that. Yeah.
Yep.
So we did that, and then we went back to the hotel. A few more drinks at the bar. What you will find as we talk about this whole Cincinnati roundup is that I feel like we did a lot of drinking.
We did do a lot of drinking,
Yeah.
yes, especially the next again day.
Yeah. Saturday was fucking awesome again. we spent most of the day either at the Hobie booth, in a talk, or at the bar. And I would say a good 80% of that was at the bar.
Yeah, we only did one talk, didn't we? Mon Mothma?
Yeah, we went to see Mon Mothma. We saw the comic guys, the Kenner guy, sorry. The guy that does the pictures of the Star Wars characters.
That's right.
He does the Kenner
forgot
cards
about him.
that go on the back.
That was good. That was really interesting. I got a
really
lot
good
of
talk.
proper nostalgia watching that. 'Cause
you was like, I had that.
Yeah. Was it annoying?
Not really, no.
No.
It was alright. Whatever. I mean, could have been worse, I suppose. You could have said I didn't have any of these, what we're doing here.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But that was a cool talk. I really enjoyed that talk. And then we headed down to the Hobie booth and got to meet Scab Jeff.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Scab Jeff.
Let's talk about Scab Jeff.
That man cannot hold his liquor.
No.
No.
Hopefully he can hold his steering wheel on the way home.
Again, we're not
Allegedly.
we're not saying anybody was drink driving. But
No.
Scab Jeff though.
So yeah, he was a good guy.
He was
a good guy.
I enjoyed
in his way.
I enjoyed speaking to Scab Jeff. Actually meeting him was not at all what I thought he was going to look like.
No.
Like, he was a million miles away from what I thought he was going to look like. He started straight away with the La La Land crack. So that was like, yeah, I know what's happening for the rest of this day. And it didn't really go anywhere else that I didn't think it was going to go.
Well, no, he went from there to saying, so what's the best British films of all time? Go and then tell me some films. Brits, go and tell me some films. You fucking yank fuck.
But whoa! But then every time we named a British film, it wasn't British.
Aye.
Yeah.
Oh no, that annoyed me.
I know that annoyed
That
you.
really annoyed me. Mostly because I'd had a few beers by then.
So yeah, really enjoyed meeting Scab Jeff.
Yeah, he was a good guy. He was a good laugh.
He was.
We got a couple of cheeky free copies of the zombie on the Titanic,
which I told him came in handy on the plane. I did tell him that on the Twitters because they'd ran out of toilet paper. Mm-hmm. So I did wipe my arse with it.
Brilliant.
More than once.
That's good.
It's still sat up there though, so you can still read it. It's just got shitty stains all over it.
Well, the foot fell off of my bedside cabinet. So bonus.
And while we were there, stood to talking to Scab Jeff, Well, we'd kind of met him already before that, but he spotted us stood at the table having a few beers, so he thought, fuck it, I'm going over to see the 365 lads. That's why I'm here anyway. And yeah, Big Dev.
Big sexy Dev.
Big fucking Dev.
Yeah.
He's
great.
a man. He's a man.
He's great.
I kind of... I'm sure I told you when we went back to the hotel that day, I kind of had a bit of a man crush on Dev.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it is? He's just so fucking adorable. He's like a big Care Bear. He is though. You just want to hug him and just not kiss because that would be weird. But you just want to hug him, and he did hug, and he has very big manly hugs.
He does have manly hugs. So you would hope.
I was crushing on Dev a little bit.
Yeah, I know you were.
Yeah.
I know you were.
Yeah.
I was a bit jealous.
Didn't come out that night. Fuck him. So yeah, we had an amazing time. We had plans of going to see a couple of talks on that day, but yeah,
that went to shit.
3 hours at the bar with Dev.
But
that just went to shit.
Similar to not getting to interview Miriam Margolyes. I didn't care. It was great. It was fucking great. Stood having a beer with these lads.
It would have been nice to get an interview with Miriam Margolyes, but it didn't matter by that point.
Well, we could have tried it.
It wouldn't have worked.
No, that's not what we do.
That is, well, technically it is what we do, just less subtle about it. Or more subtle about it.
We don't do that. Not when we're interviewing people.
And then when we were stood there at the table, guess who fucking showed up?
Who?
Blake.
Who?
Blake made an entrance. Mm-hmm. Finally got to meet Blake. Again, not at all what I thought I was
Didn't
expecting.
say hello to the Hobby Boys. Came over to us.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I think he maybe said, like, hello, I'm away to see these cheeky wankers.
Oh, wankers.
Wet wankers. Cheeky chappies. I'm sure he said that. He might as well have. So yeah, Blake came over and kind of killed the conversation with his European football shit. But yeah, like, you know what, man? We've been doing this 3 years now. We had our third year birthday a couple of weeks ago, just before we left. This is by far the craziest thing we've done so far, and even though we didn't get like any interviews or anything like that, this was one of the most rewarding trips we've ever made.
Yeah, definitely. Because
like going all the way over there, meeting all these guys, meeting Blake, Jason, Jeff, Jason's wife was an absolute. She was a diamond. Yeah. I kind of absolutely loved her. Like her and Lindsay would totally get on.
Yeah,
I totally could see that happening. And then
there was a few things she said during Saturday night that like reminded me of something that Lindsay would say.
Was it the guy who was clearly gay?
Yes.
Yeah. Who clearly, like, there was no basis for that whatsoever. She was just convinced the guy was gay, so decided to like make us believe it.
Well, I did in the end because
was it the abs?
It was. Because she was saying, you know, he's definitely gay. And all that. And I said, well, you've got no bloody evidence of that. And then he turned round. He was outside in the outsidey bit, the seating area with, alongside us.
Yeah.
And so I said that, no, you've got no evidence. And then he turned round and saw someone inside and lifted up his stopper and flashed his abs. And I said, okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. And that was Saturday. That was the con on Saturday. We did a lot of walking around, got ourselves some things to bring home. Met all the guys again. Just had a great fucking day with it, to be honest. Caught a few talks and everything. And then before we left, the Home Video Hustle guys turned up.
Yeah, a couple of legends, if anything.
These guys are fucking unreal. These guys are unreal. So if you haven't listened to the Home Video Hustle podcast, which I have now, I've subscribed to it.
You listened to the Empire Strikes Back one on the way home, didn't you?
I've listened to quite a few episodes now. I think they're great. I just absolutely love listening to them. So you need to root out that podcast, Home Video Hustle. They are absolutely just fucking a couple of diamonds. One of them
is a killer dancer.
One of them, well, let's just fucking go straight to that bar. Because that was one of the most fucked up bars I've ever been in.
It was surreal.
It was mental.
Yep.
Like, so they were playing like some of the best songs from like the 80s and early 90s. Some of the best songs you could hear, like rap songs, fucking dance songs, R&B songs, all pop songs. However, you were only getting 25 seconds of it.
It was like a child with ADHD arsing about with your radio in the car.
PJ from Home Video Hustle fucking loved it though. Apart from he had to keep changing his dance move because the song changed. Energy.
Yeah.
That's the only word.
I was exhausted.
I was tired looking at him, man. It was crazy. One thing I want to ask you, because when we go into a pub over here, you go to the bar.
Yep.
Right? You queue up, you get your beer. Yep. Jason and his wife.
Yeah, they were mesmerised by this, weren't they?
They were like, we got there, they all sat down. I don't know if it was just because they were having a bit of bait as well, but they sat down, getting ready to order their drinks and their food and all that, having to wait for someone. So I went straight into the bar, got a couple of drinks, came back. Right enough, there was nobody at the bar, so it was nice and easy, which I love. Came back, and they were just like mesmerised, astonished.
Yeah. You know what else? This is maybe another sort of cultural thing, is Dev told us that we were a cute couple because we were on rounds.
Really? Did they not do rounds at all?
I don't know.
But we were doing rounds with Jeff. Jeff.
Dev told us it. Remember at the Comic Expo? It was my round. I went up and got the beers, and I said, "Here you go, Kev." And he goes, "Oh, you two are such a cute couple." Because we were on rounds.
Is that not?
Did you not catch that?
No. Did they not do that? I know there was
guess not.
I know there was like a 2-drink rule. Like you could only buy 2 drinks at a time, and they were buying 2 drinks at a time.
Yeah, for themselves.
Yeah, so maybe like if you can only buy 2 drinks at a time, they're not going to share.
But that's what we do when we go to these things.
Yeah,
we go on rounds.
We're
That's
Brits.
what you do.
British people do rounds, unless you like short on cash, and then you just get the other person to buy all the drinks. But yeah, like I didn't know that was.
Yeah, I thought you picked up on that. Yeah, that was a Saturday afternoon.
We do make a pretty cute couple though.
We do.
When we go to these things.
We do.
We are in awe of everything. So yeah, we went to that fucked up bar. We had a good night there. Blake had to duck out early. Home Video Hustle guys, they went chasing some trim, as they call it over there, some dames. And I listened to the episode where they talked about Cincinnati Expo, and from what I hear, them boys hooked up.
Yeah. With
somebody else's girl. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. So well played, that man. But yeah, so that was that night, and we had a fucking cracking night. Ended up in the hotel bar again.
Laughed a lot.
Laughed a lot, yeah. You know what it is? I'm going to say it again. Jason's wife. she made the night for me.
Well,
she was hilarious.
How she didn't punch Jason in the fucking face, I don't know. He's a mouthy little cunt when he gets on the drink, apparently.
Yeah. Like, I thought I was bad when I have a bit of drink. He puts me to shame. Mm-hmm. Like, he was going for it. Like, I would never say shit like that to Lindsay. I'd be dead.
Oh, no, you'd be dead.
I'd be absolutely murderized. But he seemed to be well, I don't think he got away with it. I think he was getting a bit of leeway because those cheeky chaps from Britainland had come over, so he was getting let off with a little bit.
Although, to be fair to him, I think he was ready to blow off some steam.
Oh, definitely.
He'd been having
They both were.
Yeah. They'd been having a shitty old time, so we can't blame them for that.
No.
We all have nights when we're on arsehole like that.
Me most nights.
You most nights.
Yeah.
Me every other night.
No, I'd say you're worse than me.
Fuck off. Anyway.
Sunday.
Great
as for breakfast and donuts. Brilliant shop. Absolutely brilliant. I want one of them in Berwick.
Yeah.
Well,
best donut I've ever had.
Well, I just put all of my ideas to the side and just open a Greaters. Yeah.
Just scrub all that off there and just write Greaters on it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that. You worked on it so hard.
I didn't. It took me 5 minutes.
Alright, okay then.
Yeah, we didn't get to try a Skyline chili, but we did.
Oh, fuck that shit.
We did get a Greaters.
You can't even cope with a goddamn buffalo wing. How are you going to eat that?
Those buffalo wings were bad.
Pussy.
They were solid as shit. Like, they were hardcore. So, yeah, Sunday was a shorter day again. It was much the same as Friday. They kind of closed a little bit earlier on Sunday. But, again, we just had a fucking cracking time. We caught... we saw Kevin Sussman do his talk when we were there. That was fantastic.
I jumped on to Hobbies to do a top 5.
Yeah.
I forget which one it was. Of wrestling. It's all wrestling gimmicks.
Yeah, I think... Yeah. Aye. And Sunday was another great day. Again, no Blake, but whatever.
We both met Kel.
We did. I got to meet Kel. Kel from Keenan the Kel, by the way. Absolutely
Had a bottle of orange soda on his desk.
He did.
Didn't get a taste of it.
Sort of like, yeah, that was a dream. Yeah. And I toed and froed about spending like the kind of money you spent on Miriam Margolyes, but in the end, I just, I was awestruck. Like we've spoke to Vader, David Prowse. We had a quick chat with Daniel Portman, like people that we fucking love from TV and movies, and Kel completely threw me off my game. I am not gonna lie, because that was just amazing. He was just fucking awesome. Yeah.
See, I wasn't actually gonna get my photo taken with him because I'd spent $70 on Miriam Margolyes. But yeah, you were getting your photo taken, and I kind of went, bah,
why not?
Fuck it. Again, same thing. You're never going to meet him again. You're never going to get a chance to meet him again. So why the fuck not?
Just meeting him was just the balls. So yeah, there's not really much else we can say about the weekend. So would you like to jump?
Oh, we got to meet Randall Holt.
Yeah, RJ Holt turned up 666. Yeah, that was. Yeah. He was cool.
That was a Sunday, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a Sunday. Yeah, almost forgot about Randall. He's going to kill us for that on Twitter. Yeah, but yeah, we got to meet Randall. Randall's an absolute boy, and we kind of maybe sort of said about getting him on.
We did. Yeah. I stand by that.
Yeah,
we weren't drunk. We weren't drunk then. We were sober. Me.
Half and half.
Well. Anyway, but yeah, I'm up for that. I'm up for getting him on. We're better than Hobie, so like.
And then, of course, we wrapped up Sunday with WWE's No Mercy, where I completely cleaned up the points in my league, and I am now 300 points ahead of second place.
300 points clear, that's all right.
And about 500 points clear of third and fourth, so...
That's not bad.
I'm in a good position.
Well, I've been wanting... I was looking forward to watching the wrestling sort of in the same room as Jason, because when I'm watching it live, we're always speaking over the Twitters and all that. I'm kind of tempted to watch Hell in a Cell tonight. I'm not really looking forward to it. I think I'm going to bitch a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine?
Most likely because of SmackDown. And they fuck everything up.
There's a few matches that might be okay.
Yeah.
I might. I normally can't sleep after we've recorded one of these, so I might do.
I've only got 2 wrestlers in the whole event.
See, I've got a lot.
I've got 2 wrestlers in the event, and they're both in the same fight.
So I've got Charlotte, who's got a title match. I've got Nakamura, who's got a title match.
He's not winning that.
Yes, he is, and yes, she is. And fuck you.
She might win it. He won't.
Yeah,
because of the whole a dad thing. They might give it to her now.
That's a bit shit. No,
I know, but that's WWE does that, don't they?
No, yeah, so it was cool to watch the wrestling in the same room as Jason. It was it was a good night, and again laughed a lot and spoke a lot, and that was it.
Yeah,
that was it.
And then Monday was the longest fucking day of our lives.
It was a long day.
It was like a good 17-hour day.
Flights didn't feel that long, not really.
It was the waiting in the airport in between.
Got to do a bit of writing on the plane, which I felt like a proper writer and everything.
Because you were writing on a plane.
Tiny pissy little. Yeah, that's like one of the check boxes.
People do that.
Aye, that's what people do. Yeah, tiny little keyboard at the
back. I was reading it while you were writing it. It was good in its way.
Better jokes, Kev. Get better jokes. Fucker.
So, let's just do top 5 of our moments at Cincinnati Comic Expo. I mean, before we go on to that, I cannot, from me and Chris, I cannot thank the guys enough for having us over to the expo.
Definitely.
Matt and Andrew, who sorted everything out for us. What a fucking couple of gents, They made it so easy for us just to come over and just invade their territory. Thanks to the Hobie guys for basically looking after us the whole time.
Especially Jeff.
Jeff, he's back and forth from the airports to the hotel, and he really did look after us. And we can't thank you guys enough. We are a couple of humble Brits.
I was feeling a little bit like an arsehole on the Sunday night because we were watching the wrestling and Jeff clearly wasn't into it. And I thought, oh, bless him, he's driven us out here. And
I think he was a little bit.
A couple of times he was.
Yeah.
Most of the times he was just arsing about on his phone. Yeah. I felt like a bit of an arsehole for that.
No, man. We flew 4,000 miles.
That's true.
So let's just get into our top 5 Cincy moments, and I'm going to let you start.
Shit.
What?
I've not really thought of them.
You've not?
No.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what.
go.
I'll start then. So, yeah, my number 5, and they're not really in any particular order, but they are a little bit. My number 5 is just the nights out that we had with the guys. Just the Thursday night with Jeff, the Friday night with Jeff and Jason, and then the Saturday night with everybody. Just, it was amazing. We like our drink. We like to have fun. We like to laugh. We like to joke. And I said to you a couple of times before we went over how apprehensive I was about, like, it's fine mocking people over podcasts and over Twitter and social media and stuff, but face to face, I'm a completely different kettle of fish. Like, I think I could quite easily offend people.
If they don't know you.
Yeah. So I was a little bit worried that I was going to come back, like, and they would never speak to me again.
It was fine.
But within, like, a minute or two of being there, it was like, nah, fuck it. These are my people. This is who I should be messing about with.
Yeah.
And I did mess about with, and I proper let myself go. So I feel a little bit too much, but I let myself go.
That was too much. You're fine.
Not number 5. It's a culmination of moments, but I just loved every fucking time I had a beer in my hand with these guys.
Yeah, my number 5, I'll say basically the atmosphere of the event. You know, you had one thing we've not mentioned was the kind of the sets. You had the fucking bantha. You had the ice cave thing. You know, so you got your photo taken on it. That was bloody cool. The Jurassic Park Jeep, the Batman wall, which you got your photo taken on, the speeder, the bloody
they really
the action
stuff.
figure box, which I'd got my photo taken on that. That was awesome. But just the atmosphere in general, it was just a great, friendly atmosphere.
So kind of all the little bells and whistles you don't necessarily think about. They had a little bit of everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I know
it's a great atmosphere, and then, you know, they do a great job of making everyone feel welcome, and, you know, just a couple of British boys coming in and
invading.
Yeah,
and I could be wrong, but I don't think I heard a single British accent the whole time we were there.
No.
So that makes me feel special.
There you go.
Ooh, little Lord Fauntleroy.
The fuck.
My number 4 is the Napoleon Dynamite cosplay.
I thought that would be on your list. Yeah.
This shit was fucking
good.
Awesome.
It was very good. It was very good. I hadn't seen the movie. I have now, but it was good.
He nailed it, didn't he?
Yeah.
So, like, basically, whenever everybody goes all out in the cosplay, but there was an actual group of Napoleon Dynamite cosplayers walking around. You had, like, Rex, you had Kip, you had Napoleon, you had Pedro, basically everybody, Uncle Rico. And halfway through one of the days, we saw, like, a circle. I think it was the dinosaurs were fighting at first, weren't they? And then the dinosaurs kind of ran off. And then the kid who's dressed as Napoleon, cosplaying as Napoleon, walked into the middle of the circle. And straight away I thought, he's not, is he? And then he's like, the kid that was doing Pedro lifted the boombox and started playing the music, and away he went. He'd done the whole dance routine from Napoleon Dynamite. It was fucking great. But not only that, we saw him do it again later on in the day, and it was just like, this kid's fucking going for it. And that for me,
he was definitely going for it.
That for me is like, that's an absolute highlight of the whole weekend. Just seeing him do that. I took a video. I've got it on my phone. I did put it on my Facebook at the time. I'm going to put it back on though. I'm going to edit the music into it though, and put it on my Facebook again. Yeah, because it has to be seen to be believed.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately, we were up and away from it, but we were close enough to get a good video. So, yeah, that's my number 4. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, my number 4, it's just a little thing. Well, it's not really a little thing. Is on the, I think it was the Friday, either the Friday or the Saturday, I'm not sure which. The entire fucking day, you had been going Pickle Rick!
Yes. Yes, you smart bastard.
And telling me, just not shutting the fuck up about fucking Rick and fucking Morty. The entire day, people. The entire day. I'm talking from when we woke up at like fucking 5 a.m. to when we went to bed at whatever. The entire day, Kev was fucking going on about Rick and Morty. And so he said, I'm going to put this Pickle Rick episode, because Kev had signed into his Netflix account over there. We've got Netflix on the TV. TV was shit, but there you go.
American Netflix, wasn't it?
It was American Netflix. It was shiny.
Shot me in the foot.
Yeah. So Kev signed into his Netflix account. He went to put on Pickle the fucking Pickle Rick episode, search for Rick and Morty, and it wasn't on American Netflix, and I laughed so hard that a little bit of pee came out.
Because apparently it's on Hulu over there.
Yeah.
Which is bollocks.
I think I laughed for a good half hour about
You did,
that.
yeah.
It was
pissed
funny.
me off.
I know.
Still Game was on there, so.
But it's still game.
And Good Burger, which we did watch.
Yep. So yeah, that was my number 4. That was really funny.
Dickhead.
Nah.
So yeah, my number 3 was getting my picture with Kel.
Okay.
That's I know it's not as high as it probably should be, but getting my picture with Kel was a definite highlight of the whole experience. Absolutely, I got a kick out of that. Just meeting the guy. I mean, I didn't even need a picture. Just having a bit crack with him. It would have been lovely to have actually had a little chat, like kind of recorded. But at the end of the day, same with you and Miriam. I got to meet him. I got to put my arm around him, and it was fucking Kel.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Fair enough. My number 3 is, I got to, well, we both did, but I got to do a top 5 on Hobie in person.
Live and in the flesh.
I know, who knew? That's just cool as fuck.
Yeah, that was pretty
We got to see Bob Studios, which didn't actually mention.
Yeah, Bob Studios
On the Sunday night, we got to see Bob Studios.
They do not do that justice.
No, they don't.
When they talk about it, they do not. I mean,
it was impressive, and fucking Jason never mentioned to us that he'd met Chris Jericho.
Yeah, we've never heard that story before. I do think it was a Photoshop picture.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that's
gross.
exactly what it was. Yeah,
creepy Jason.
But I mean, you know when they talk about down the hall, I legitimately just thought that was a joke, but there was actually a hallway, and there was a politics podcast down the other end, which just, I was like...
Yeah, it was 100% more Nazi flags than I was expecting, but, you know, each to their own.
And because we don't get to see, like, live video or anything, it was quite surprising to see the uniform hanging there.
Yeah.
But apparently he wears it every episode, as well as cleaning his teeth. But yeah, man, the Bob Studios was fucking awesome. Like, I used to think when I listened to them, it was just like a basement somewhere, but this was a studio.
It was.
I mean, I like what we've done with our studio, but this was something else.
It was.
So yeah, the Bob Studios.
And like I say, I got to do a cheeky top 5 with them on the Sunday afternoon. And yeah, it was just cool. It was just cool, sat cracking with them. That's my number 3.
Number 3. Number 2. Basically the talks in general. We took in a few talks. The Kenna talk, we went and watched, what do they call it, a sketch duel with some of the artists. That was pretty cool, where they actually gave away the picture that they were drawn, which was brilliant. It was really good to see. We saw Kevin Sussman, who was a hell of a lot funnier than I thought he was going to be, because I'm not necessarily a big fan of the Big Bang Theory.
He was really fucking funny.
He was great.
Yeah.
You
were on the phone to Lindsay and the girls, so you missed like the first 10 minutes of it.
Yeah.
But he was really, really funny. And one of the questions that they asked him, I think either somebody from the crowd had asked him or the guy had asked him, so what's your favourite genre of film? And he kind of went, snuff. That's probably one of, because I wasn't really bothered. I don't really like the character on Big Bang Theory all that much. But he was really, really funny.
He was. And we saw Maggie Gia, who is Poison Ivy from Gotham, who I'm a big fan of the show, so it was good to see her talking. Didn't really give anything away, but I suppose you can't.
Well.
Obviously we watched Miriam Margolyes, which was awesome. We missed Jason Isaacs, thanks to Big Sexy Dev plying us with drink all day. Well, not plying us, he was making us buy our own, but, you know, whatever. But yeah, just the talks in general, like, I thought it was really good the way they did it. a hell of a lot. Don't really want to be a dick about it, but a hell of a lot more professional than what we've seen so far. With when we've done some of the ones that we do over here.
I think you've got to give them props to the venue, though.
Yeah, they had
Because
a spare room, you know.
That's it. You know, it's a convention centre, so they've got spare rooms. Whereas the places that, like arenas here,
yeah,
for the most part anyway, certainly the ones that we've been to, so they haven't got spare rooms
Yeah,
that they can send
suppose.
people to.
Just
So you
some-
kind of got to give them a little bit of...
sometimes when it's just in amongst everything, it's a bit like, oh, come on, like just move it away.
Yeah,
Move
I know what
it
you mean.
away.
I know what you mean.
But yeah, I absolutely loved all that. The Kenna talk was brilliant. So yeah, that number
Okay.
2
Okay.
talks.
Cool. My number 2... well, yeah, basically my number 2 is the pissed up Saturday afternoon with the podcasting lads.
Yep.
It's why we went. You know, obviously Jason and Jeff, not Blake. Jason and Jeff were on the table, doing their thing. Not Blake.
But he was at the table doing our thing.
Yeah. So we went over there to meet the lads, and a lot of them, like Dev, had come in because we were there, which was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we were just stood shooting the shit for about 4 hours. My feet were fucking throbbing afterwards. Shooting the shit round a table with the Cincinnati Llama Botherer, Dev, Blake, and us two. And it was fucking great.
It was brilliant. That bleeds right into my number 1, which is Lamagate.
Lamagate, yeah.
That, I mean, when he started telling us that story, I genuinely thought there was a happy ending.
Yeah. Yeah.
So basically, Scab Jeff, and you know what? With this action, he lives up to the name. Scab Jeff went for a little walk. He decided to walk the floor.
Well,
see
walk
what
is a strong word.
See what he could seize.
A stumble is more like it.
Probably stumble.
Yeah.
And he saw this. I imagine this angelic little girl.
Yeah.
Like this blonde-haired, blue-eyed, angelic little girl
It
with her
sounded
dad.
like she was pretty angelic. Daddy,
Yeah.
Daddy.
Daddy, please buy me this llama. I would love this llama. Please buy me this llama. That llama will make me so happy.
And she did like Roger Rabbit. Please.
I would hope so. In my head, that is what she's doing now. And basically, the dad said, "Yeah, you're not getting a llama." The dad, I imagine that's how he said it.
So the dad was Eric Cartman.
I think basically the dad was like, you know what? I've just lost my job. I can't afford to buy you a llama. I really wish I could, but I can't. So Scab Jeff, being the absolute hero that he is, saunters over. You want that llama? I'm having that llama. He bought the llama himself, which we thought was to give to the girl. That is not the end of this tale.
It is not.
He walked away with the said llama, and he was damn fucking proud of
He
himself.
He was very proud of himself.
When he came to the table to tell us about this llama that he just crippled some poor young girl's dreams of, yeah, he was happy. That was some sick shit.
He was pleased with himself.
A little bit too pleased.
Yeah.
So yeah, llama gate.
You know the scene in Deadpool where he's
I think
where Deadpool's having a wank with a unicorn. Scab Jeff has done that with a llama, right?
I would hope not, but probably.
He definitely has.
So yeah, he bought the llama. He didn't give it to the girl. He kept it for himself. And since then has been posting pictures on Twitter.
Pictures are funny to be
of the
fair.
llama on Twitter.
I was out for a few pints on Friday night, and I was telling Byrne about that, and I was showing him some of the photos that he put on the Twitters, and yeah.
So yeah, number one.
So that's a good number one.
Llama Gate.
The Cincinnati Llama Botherer, Scab
Yep.
Jeff, you horrible, horrible cunt.
We do love you though.
Yeah.
And thank you for the book. And La La Land's still shit.
La La Land is shit, and we've got a good top 5 for you, motherfucker.
So listen up.
Yeah. So my number 1, no surprises here. I got to meet Miriam, the fuck Margolyes. Her panel talk was great. She's fucking fascinating. She went into she'd tracked down a lot of her family
Yeah,
because
that was a good story.
yeah.
I liked hearing that. Like I wasn't expecting that. But yeah.
Well, basically it was to do with the Second World War, where a lot of she's Jewish, so a lot of Jewish records were wiped out. So she's kind of made it a mission to reunite all of her family, and so she was telling the story of this. Not a typical topic for a Comic Expo,
yep.
you know, but people were into it, and she started the talk off by going, by the way, I've got a foul mouth, so if any swear words slip out, I apologise. She's just great.
She is great.
She's
I love
an amazing woman. And that's as soon as I saw her name added to the list of guests, I was like, fuck yes, I have got to meet that woman. Yeah. Gary fucking said to me before I left, like the day before I left, don't come back if you've not met Miriam Margolyes, by the way. So yeah, that's my number one. She's meeting her was just, it's probably one of the, it's up there with the highlights of all of the stuff that we've done in the last 3 years.
Where does it rank versus Nicholas Brendan?
Oh, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Even Stevens. Yeah.
But at least you can remember what you said to Miriam Margolyes.
Exactly, Kevin. Exactly. Maybe if we'd gone on the Saturday afternoon, it would have been this different story. Like,
so yeah, Cincinnati Comic Expo again. Matt, Andrew, all the guys who ran that thing, who were good enough to have us come over and to walk around your building for a couple of days and just have an amazing time. Just thank you so much.
Yep, seconded.
Yeah, and if you need a couple more Brits to come over next year, we're free. Well, we're not free. Well, yeah, we're free. just
make your mind up.
Just have us over, please.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we'll do is now we're going to go on to the news, but first I'm going to put in the little interview that we had with Daniel Farrand about the 4th Monkey Anthology Kickstarter, because I said it was going to be near the start of the episode, however we're an hour in.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So yeah, that's going to be now. It's only a cool little 10 minutes. Fantastic little campaign that they have running on Kickstarter. They're nearly there. They've got 7 days to go. Let's get them over the top.
Yeah, let's do it. I am going to do it. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Tried to do it on my phone, but fucking 4G didn't work. So I'm going to do it tomorrow morning. We want everybody to get involved with this. Listen to what Daniel's saying about what the comic is going to be about. It's a fucking great campaign. So everybody get involved.
Definitely.
Now.
And once you've heard that, we'll be back with the news.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum!
Astro Radio Z is a horror, cult, exploitation film podcast hosted by me, Derek Carey. I was one of those monster kids growing up. The one that used to sit in the back end of that video store and scour over every single last film cover you saw back there, from the slashers to the monsters to the sleazy stuff. Yeah, I was freaking obsessed, and I still am. So much so I became a filmmaker myself. Now I bring on all my filmmaker friends, critics, musicians, and any other fans of the dark arts, which are horror, exploitation, and cult film. Are you one of these people? Then tune in and listen to my show, Astro Radio Z.
Okay, so joining us right now on 365 for the second time, the author of The Awesome Untold, Daniel Farrand. Welcome back to 365, my friend.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Glad to be back.
You're very welcome.
First of all, where's number 2, Daniel?
Yeah.
Where's number 2?
We need to know.
Oh, it's on its way. We've been set back a little bit. Chris had some kind of nasty family issues, so we've unfortunately had to, put it back a little bit. But he's working hard. There's a few sort of pictures starting to trickle online now. So yeah, we're getting there. We're almost there. Almost ready to go to print. So soon.
Excellent.
It's coming soon.
Awesome. We can't wait for that.
Excellent. I'm really looking forward to that one.
Good.
But that's not why you're here tonight. You're here to tell us about your new projects. So
that's it.
On you go then. Tell us all about it.
Okay, so it's called The 4th Monkey, and basically it's an anthology to raise awareness for social and environmental issues. So what we've done is we've brought together these 32. We're adding to it all the time, so I think it's maybe 32, maybe even 34 different creators now from all different walks of life, from different countries, from different continents. We've all come together, and we've got eight main stories. So off the top of my head, if I can try and list them all, we've got pesticides, poaching, water pollution, mental health, suicide, alcoholism, internet trolls,
Wow.
and political polarization. There we go. That's all 8 of them, and they're all very different. They're all very serious, but we've tried to make sure it's not too preachy. So we've kind of made it. You're getting your message across, but it's also subtle and entertaining. It's not kind of in your face, and we're going to cram it down your throat.
So where did the concept of this come about then, Daniel?
To be honest, it was just kind of after I made the first Untold, I was that overwhelmed about how nice everybody was, how good the comics community had been to me. It was the first Kickstarter I'd ever made, the first comic I'd made. I had such nice help from everybody. I kind of wanted to do something to give back rather than it felt like I was just taking from the community and taking. And obviously we completed the book, we gave everyone the rewards, but advice wise, I was soaking up, and it just felt I was a little bit one-sided. So I came up with the idea to make an anthology that will hopefully do some good. If we can make one person look at one story and make a difference, make them think about one of the stories, one of the issues, and just think about their attitude towards it. Then I think we've done a good job.
So you've decided to do this. You've decided you're going to give back. You're going to do a bigger. And your idea is an anthology, compilation. You have 32 artists and writers and things like that. How do you go about picking who you want to be on the book? How do you go about getting people involved?
So the first thing I did, I invited 8 writers, and they were all people I looked up to and kind of where I wanted to be heading, and people I'd reached out to and spoke to and asked for advice when I was making Untold. And they're all kind of people I was looking at and thinking, in a year or so, this is where I want to be. And I read the work, I knew the work was good. And then my co-creator on the book, James E. Roach. Now, it was kind of my idea, and I reached out to the writers. I soon realised it was way too big of a project to do on your own. It was, a mammoth task, and to be honest, I just couldn't have done it without him. He's taken a lot of legwork, and he's done a lot of work of his own back. It's been a 50-50 thing.
I do keep seeing him sharing everything as well, because I know you share a lot, but I've saw James has been sharing a lot of things as well. So I could see that it wasn't just yourself putting everything in, but it's great to see a collaboration like this. When I went onto the Kickstarter page and saw exactly how many people was involved, I was a little bit taken aback by the whole thing, to be honest. So
it's crazy. It's crazy the talent we've got on there. When you even now, we've been building this for maybe 10 months. But even now when I look down that creator list, I'm like, fuck, we've got some really good, really top level guys and girls involved. It surprises me that so much good talent has come underneath me and James and kind of, all work together. There's been no issues. Everyone's got on, done what needs to be done. All the deadlines have been met. It's just been, a good group effort.
So which part of this compilation are you doing? What's the general gist of your little section, and how's it going? Are you loving it?
Yeah, I love it. So what we've done, all the writers wrote their script. So all the 8 story scripts are completely finished. Mine's Poaching, so it's a story called Painted Prey. We had 8 artists then do, or 8 artistic teams. So a couple of them have got a colorist and an inker. So we had 8 artistic teams finish a page for each story. Once we had a page for each story, we knew we had enough for Kickstarter, and that's kind of how we got enough artwork to do the Kickstarter. So back to my story. basically it's a poaching story. I'm a huge animal lover. Always have been. I kind of do anything to, rescue or help animals. And it follows a small pack of African hunting dogs, and basically it's a father teaching his two pups how to go about hunting, and then they kind of come across the whole issue of poaching, and he has to sort of look after them, protect them, teach them. And it's a tearjerker for sure. It was tough to write.
Thinking about that, actually.
Yeah?
I'm already half welling up thinking about that. So.
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough to write. I sure had even when I was writing, I had a few little tears in the eyes because I was like, because obviously doing the research, you realise the state of what some species are in.
So you mentioned about some of the art that you guys got together, one-page art for the Kickstarter. I'm looking at the Kickstarter right now, and there's some phenomenal art sitting on here already. I mean, you guys are going all out with this Kickstarter.
Yeah, we've gone balls to the wall, as Brits would say. Yeah, we've put everything into it. I think we couldn't. Worst comes to worst, if it fails, I think we can hold our heads high and at least say, we've literally given everything we can. You look at the quality of the artwork on there, the quality of the pages, the pin-ups, the creators we've got involved. There's no more that we could do.
So why don't you tell everybody where exactly they can jump on and find this page and give a little bit or a lot, as much as you can.
A lot would be nice.
A lot would be nice.
Yeah, so we're over at www.thefourthmonkeycomic.com, or you can simply just go on Kickstarter and put in the search bar The Fourth Monkey, and you're gonna find us, find our page, see all the amazing artwork we've got, see the rewards we've got. We've still got a commission by John McCrea sat on there that somebody can snap up. Yeah, so we've got some. We've even got pros in the mix that are there doing some work for us.
It's one thing that I said to you when you ran your Untold campaign, that you have a knack for running these campaigns because you do always have pretty good fucking rewards on there. And I've been looking down your rewards, and you've got some great ones. It's I might have to part with some cash on this one as well.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. We're lucky enough that we've got so many people in, and all the creators have really got behind it, have been so generous. We had all the main artists for every story donated a commission for free to the book, so that allowed us to be giving commissions away for, I think it was $70, which is a really good price for a commission, of a professional artist. So just little stuff like that, everyone's kind of got behind it. It's been a group effort. $15 reward, which is, so you're going to get a lot of stuff for that. What you're going to get is you're going to get the book itself, which the Fourth Monkey book is going to be over 100 pages of top quality artwork and stories. If you look, like say, if you look at the creator list, you look down the writers and you know that they're going to be really, really good stories. But you're also getting 7 number ones from the different writers as well. So each writer has donated one of their own personal stories, a number one from one of them. So you've got America's Kingdom by Brian Hawkins, Boston Metaphysical Society by Madeline Holly Rosen, Katrina Hates the Dead by Russell Nolte, Salvages by Bob Sallett, Snarl by Kelly Bender, Untold by myself, and Wretches by James E. Roach. So you're talking over 250 pages of story for $15, which is not bad. I don't know where else you're gonna.
That's pretty damn good, actually.
Yeah. I was just saying to Kev while you were offline there, Daniel, I am going to go for one of these because you sold me with the poacher story. That's something that always gets me pissed off on Facebook when I see photos of different wildlife pages and all that. So I am going to go for one of these.
That's the thing. I don't know if you've seen there's a pin-up that John McCrea did for us. So John McCrea and D. I never know how you pronounce his surname. So D. Cunniff, who worked on The Wicked and the Divine. So those two got together and did us a pin-up, and on there it's a pretty hard hitting piece because I don't know if you've seen it. Basically, it's a man and his wife stood in front of what is basically a chimney breast behind them of a various different trophied animals on there. And what we've got is each one says the state of each animal in the wild, and it's quite heartbreaking, especially the Saharan addax that's on there, and there is literally 3 of them left in the wild, which sucks. It's sad. It's sad to see. It was a pin-up that I put together and kind of did the research on, and it wasn't nice doing it. Kind of seeing all these different animals that we've driven to the bridge, to the brink of extinction.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying. But it's what is really good is what guys like yourselves are doing. That all of the what was it, 35? Did you say? Have all come together to tell these amazing stories, it's a pretty cool thing. It's a pretty special thing. A lot of important stories to be telling.
Like I say, it still blows me away now when I look and see the quality of the people that have got involved. It's like I say, it's literally 34 people that have, and most of the artists and most of the people involved have done it at a reduced rate as well, because they've liked the story, liked the idea, wanted to get involved, wanted to do some good. So everyone's kind of bought into the process, and so it's just been really nice to see that from everyone as a whole.
Sure, I completely understand that. It's amazing. Now, one more time before your internet craps out again. Tell everyone where can they find information about the 4th Monkey. How can they get involved? Just tell everybody one more time, Daniel.
Yeah, so all you got to do is you got to head over to www.the4thmonkeycomic.com, or you can follow myself, Daniel Farrand, on Facebook, Daniel Farrand 01 on Twitter, and you're going to see all the bits and pieces we're posting on there. The easiest way is to head over to the Kickstarter page. We've got a full list of the creators on there. We've got a single page from every story, so you can have a look at each story and get the feel for the artwork, for the story. We've got all the pin-ups on there that we've got. We've just released a new one today by Federico Sabatini, and what it is kind of a play on the Uncle Sam. So it's a monkey dressed up as Uncle Sam with his finger out saying, we want you. And we've tried to have fun with the pin-ups. We've got an Abbey Road version of the 4 Monkeys. I don't know if you saw the 4th Jedi that we had out earlier on, which was a nice little bit. So basically we've got one of the 4th monkey dressed up as the Jedi, and it's May the 4th be with you. That's a real nice piece. That's up on the Kickstarter page as well.
The funny thing is, I wrote a little thing on our website about the campaign when you first kind of kicked it off, and it got shared over by Phil over at Nerdly, shared it as well. And I was saying, not content with kicking the shit out of one Kickstarter this year, Daniel's decided to go for another one, and you're doing brilliant with this one. You've still got 7 days left, and you're pretty much on the home stretch now. But that's why we've got you on tonight. We're going to put this out, and we're going to get you past that goal, hopefully.
Definitely.
But like I said before, you really know how to do a Kickstarter, it has to be said.
So
the news. Episode 90's news. Episode 90.
I know. Nearly there, though. Kind of.
I was hoping we might get to 100 before the end of the year, but I don't know if it's going to happen.
Maybe.
We should do. We got a lot in the pipeline.
It's only 12 weeks or something till Christmas.
We've got 6 indie talks lined up, so we'll get there.
That'll be fine.
So the news, and I'm going to start off with some Fast and the Furious news.
Oh, yippee!
Because I know you love Fast and the Furious. Fast and the Furious in Space has been knocked back a year.
Is it actually called that?
No, but remember they said that they would, if the script was right, they would go into space.
Oh, yeah, because I remember everything you tell me about Fast and the Furious. So,
yeah. So it's been knocked back a year due to the fact that they don't have a director yet, allegedly is what they were saying. However, it's come out over the last couple of days via Tyrese Gibson's Twitter and Facebook that The Rock has just been a massive big bastard.
Oh dear.
Yeah, apparently he's holding up scheduling. But during the last movie, him and Vin Diesel had a muckle falling out over who had the biggest pecs. So there was a lot of animosity there. So,
They were. I never read it, but I saw a couple of headlines.
Yeah, they're not getting on. So, Fast and Furious in space. It's going to be a year late.
Oh no.
But I've got something you will be interested in.
Mm-hmm.
According to bleedingcool.com, V for Vendetta is heading to Channel 4 as a TV show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're bringing it as a series.
Shane Meadows.
Oh, that would be good. I would watch that. There wasn't really anything on the article apart from the fact that they're in talks. Channel 4 really want to do it. They're looking at Channel 4. Surely you would have thought HBO or something.
No, I think
Showtime.
I think Channel 4 could do a good job of that.
V for Vendetta, though, it's quite. I suppose Channel 4 can do a good job of things, but we'll just have to wait and see. There's no other news about it yet. It's just the fact that it's been in talks for a little while. Channel 4 they basically want to do it. I'm assuming it'll be like a 6-parter or something.
Have you ever read the graphic novel?
I haven't. No.
There's a lot more. A fucking shit lot more.
So do you think they'll go for it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they should. I think they should. But yeah, we'll keep an eye out for any more information.
Yeah,
but
I'm up for that.
Right now, that's all we have is that Channel 4 is going to be making V for Vendetta into a series. Universal. Looks like they're maybe rethinking the connected universe a little bit. The Dark Universe.
All right, okay.
Yeah. The Dark Universe, the director of the next installment, which is going to be The Bride of Frankenstein. That's the next one we're getting next year.
Right.
Bill Condon, in an interview with Collider, has turned around and he was quoted as saying, I will tell you this, but what I am doing, which is The Bride of Frankenstein, is 100% making a really good monster movie, but nothing to do with anything else. Nothing, zero.
Oh, fuck's sake.
So it looks like his Dark Universe movie, which is The Bride of Frankenstein, isn't going to have anything to do with the rest of the Dark Universe.
Right.
Now, on first glance, I'm okay with that because I don't necessarily think that it has to be 1,000,000% connected. You know, like when the Avengers did it, when the first movies came out, Iron Man, Captain America and all that, they weren't necessarily connected. We knew it was the same universe.
Yeah, it wasn't really till after Avengers Assemble.
Exactly. They all had their own movies, their own little things, and the only thing that really tied them was Nick Fury.
Yeah.
And Agent Coulson a little bit. So, on at first glance, I'm okay with what he's saying because that just means that they're not going to be in each other's movies all the time. And then they'll have, like, the team-up movie at the end of it.
See, that's the thing, like, you know, I'm all for Universal doing this. Not necessarily the Dark Universe, but I'm all for them bringing back their monsters because that was huge.
It was.
You know, back in the day, that was huge. So why can't it be huge again? Why the fuck not? But they need to dial it the fuck back with this shared universe shit. Yeah, it's just not everything has to be that.
They need to. But it looks like Universal's maybe rethinking it. Or is that just the voice of one director? We don't know.
Maybe he got a bollock and he's probably been sacked.
No, I think he's still good.
I didn't even realise they were doing Bride of Frankenstein. Shouldn't you do Frankenstein before you do Bride of Frankenstein?
It's Angelina Jolie.
Plain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is probably why they're doing that one first.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I can see her doing it. She's, she can't act. She has a face like a fucking wet ass. So yeah, I could see her being the Bride of Frankenstein. You don't need charisma to play that part, do you?
Wow, bitchy.
Yeah, a little bit. So yeah, Daniel Craig is rumoured to be in the Gambit movie, which apparently is 100% back on, according to Channing Tatum.
Pish.
Channing Tatum still seems to think that movie's happening, and Daniel Craig as Mr. Sinister.
I've no idea who that is.
Neither do I, really. It's just I was quite interested that it was back on board.
I've got no fucking interest in that movie whatsoever.
But in other Channing Tatum news, it looks like the Men in Black Jump Street crossover is not happening.
Yay.
Done.
Good.
Sony have announced that they are moving forward with a Men in Black spin-off movie featuring a new generation of Men in Black. So they're going to do a younger version of it.
I'm okay with that, kind of. I'm more okay with that than the 22 Jump Street crossover. That's just ridiculous.
I think Men in Black movie, in the vein of a Jump Street movie, could be okay. But it doesn't need to be a Jump Street crossover, like you say. It could just be fresher, funnier,
Yeah.
Write it like a Jump Street movie, but make it a Men in Black movie. Don't put the Jump Street guys in Men in Black. Pointless.
Well, it is pointless because in the Men in Black movies, you still thought it was like an alien movie.
Yeah.
But if they come in there with their, okay, it's a cop movie, but it's not a cop movie, and,
all you're going to be thinking about is 21 Jump Street.
Aye.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. It's just fucking Sony going, that made some money.
Yeah.
Give us all the money.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Did you ever think this would happen?
Movie?
We are getting a live action, half live action, half CGI, big screen version of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly what I said when I read it. I was just like, are you fucking mental? Come on. We don't need a live action, half CG fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. What's the point in this?
Pish.
There's no point in this whatsoever. I don't like it. Halloween is getting a soft reboot, reimagining / sequel.
Yeah, John Carpenter's back as his buddy thingy.
Jamie Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm happy to see that they're doing another Halloween. Maybe.
I've not seen the Rob Zombie ones. I have no intention of seeing the Rob Zombie ones.
I actually like them.
I rewatched Halloween H2O a few weeks ago, and it is fucking so underrated.
Yeah, you say that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if Dave Hastings agrees with you.
He does.
'Cause he's a big Halloween fan.
He does.
Yeah. Because he's got those creepy mannequins in his
Yes.
garden. Weirdo. So, yeah.
I would hate to be that guy's neighbour, to be honest.
What did we think of the Justice League trailer?
Looks great.
Yeah, just dropped
Yeah,
today.
it looks great.
Looks fantastic. Really, yeah, I'm still all in. And we got another Aquaman catchphrase. My man!
Yeah. He's going to steal that movie.
Fucking right,
Yeah.
Fucking
I was a little bit worried at the start when I saw Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Before I realised, it's a dream. I was a little bit worried. I was like, don't
Don't be spoiling that.
show us it.
Aye.
I don't want to see him in those fucking trailers.
Yeah.
I know he's not dead, but...
I'm 100% with you there.
Yeah.
Like, the way they did the whole Doomsday reveal in the initial in the Batman vs Superman trailers, it would have been shit if they'd revealed that straight away.
Mm.
So yeah, I'm totally with you there. Yeah. And you can already... I don't want to say it because I'm a huge Zack Snyder fan, but you can already see the Whedon influence in that trailer.
There was a line...
was it the one at the very end?
It was the Ben Affleck line in the trailer, and I can't remember what it was, but there was a Ben Affleck line about halfway through the trailer. Oh, it was like, that's not what I said. That's the complete opposite of what I said, or something like that. And that's Joss Whedon as fuck.
Yeah,
and I just thought,
I thought the one at the end of the trailer when Ezra's looking at the bat signal and he goes,
yeah,
that means you've got to go. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That means you've got to go. Like, Whedon as fuck, but I loved it.
Yes.
I'm still all in on this film.
But don't let that ruin it for you, the fact that Whedon's there.
That's not going to ruin it for me. It's what will ruin it for me is when people turn around and say the only reason
fuck those assholes.
Whedon did it.
Fuck them.
But yeah, so a movie that we can't wait to see. Let's end the news section on a movie that we're not really that arsed about because it's fucking tanking.
Oh.
Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah, I know, I read that.
The masterpiece.
I'm not going to take the piss because, I'm not going to take the piss out of it.
I'm not going to take the piss either.
You just kind of were. You were a cocky cock about it.
I just want to let people know that it made 31 million in its opening weekend. 13 million. Fuck, I got that wrong.
It was, that was the opening Friday or the
Friday, yeah. But over the whole weekend, it's done 31.
All right, I see. Okay.
And it's on a budget of 150 million.
Yeah.
Can we call that a flop? I know it's still got a cinema run and all that, and Mark will probably go and see it about 20 times, so he'll get it up to like, I don't know, fucking 21 million and £10. But yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm happy to see it flopping, but I kind of am.
I don't really think.
And you know what? For those people, Mark Vivas, who say that there's not been a bad review or everybody's given it great reviews, there are bad reviews out there.
Oh, there are bad reviews.
And there's quite a fucking
I read
few
one
of
this
them.
afternoon.
I mean, apparently it's boring as fuck. Which, what did you expect from a Blade Runner movie?
Don't see why people are surprised about that.
Yeah.
Because, as I said to you in the car on the way up here, the first one's boring as fuck.
Yeah.
That's why I fucking say it's overrated. Is the movie's boring.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
I'm not going to harp on that one for too long. Just a quick message for Mark Vivas. Yep,
you've been practicing that one.
I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done. Thank
Talking
you very
fuck.
much.
Yeah.
Did you have any news you wanted to talk about?
No.
Oh, that was quick. So what we will do is we're going to move into our next section, which is just the pilot.
The Islamic State is the state of the Muslims, and we are responsible for making it grow and flourish.
Welcome. I can't believe we're here, bro.
You pay no rent or bills. You get your food and drink each month at no charge.
This house is for the new arrivals, yeah?
Anything you need, we can get.
There's no easy way to tell you this. I'm in Syria.
I'm a doctor. I want to work in the hospital in Raqqa.
That'll depend on your husband when you marry.
What are your skills? I've come here to fight, that's it.
Allah loves those who take care of their duty.
No child is too young to prepare for what is to come.
I don't want him prepared, okay?
Our path has been laid down, and we are following it step by step.
Yeah. So, well, you know what I haven't done is looked for another one.
Oh, you batch.
Schoolboy error.
Yeah.
If anything.
Can you think of one off the top of your head?
No.
Well, you're going to have to.
Oh, shit. Right.
You've got 5 minutes as we talk about it to think about it.
5 minutes? Wow.
Well, this isn't going to take long.
You talk about it. So it was The State. It was Channel 4's The State. So it was about some British... a couple of British lads and a British woman who go over to join ISIS.
Yep, in Syria.
Yeah. So it's about them going over there, and they go into the state, and they start finding out what life is like as part of ISIS.
Yeah. So it was quite uplifting.
Yeah. Well, but no, that was kind of the point, because the last 2 or 3 were comedies that I've done. So
I did put it on to watch it, and Lindsay was like, "Why are you watching this?" I was like, "Because it's part of the podcast. It's just the pilot, and he wants you to watch a movie about ISIS." And I was like, "Yeah, apparently."
It was just something different.
I know it was something different, and yeah, it was okay. Yeah.
But Channel 4,
I didn't hate it. I really didn't hate it, and to be honest, I would definitely watch the next couple of episodes, because it's that kind of subject. It kind of sucks you in a little bit. You want to see more. But for a first episode to try and pull me in, it didn't really do that.
It had its moments. You sort of said it was a lot about the women in it.
Yeah.
Which, well, I guess you weren't too taken on with. It's sexist.
It didn't bother me. It was just kind of like... I don't know. I suppose you got 2 sides of everything, haven't you?
But it was okay. It was okay. I would watch more of it. Still on my plan to watch more of it. So I suppose it's done its job.
It's done its job.
I wasn't sat thinking this is the best TV show. Like, with Shots Fired, I was going, yeah, I'm in. I'm hooked.
Yeah. I think the thing is, like, it's the content that made me want to watch the next episode. It's sort of the story of what's going on, because over here, I suppose everywhere right now it's a huge thing. Like, people are leaving their countries and going to join ISIS. Like, there's Brits every other fucking week or every other month in the paper. Not so much now, but when it all kind of kicked off, leaving Britain to go and join the cause, So yeah, put that on TV. I'm gonna be intrigued by it. I'm gonna watch more than one episode. I just thought the first episode was a bit But then it's supposed to only just sort of introduce you to people.
I kind of liked what they were doing. You know, they were sort of speaking away about, you know, they were sort of speaking away and using, like, sort of Iz's words or whatever, or I guess Muslim words, and kind of telling us,
what they meant.
you know, who, because, you know, like, we're not necessarily aware of that culture and all that, and they were kind of explaining what these words meant, and I think that was pretty cool. I think the performances are pretty good.
Yeah, some decent ones. There's some decent ones.
I think that there's more, you know, there's more to give in that, and yeah, I think I will watch more.
I'm gonna crack on with it. I'm gonna give the second episode a watch, and hopefully it just picks up a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if this is one of those ones that, because of what it's about, I'm going to watch it. Like, I don't know. Over There, which came out a few years back, was a series about the Iraq War.
I think I remember that, yeah.
First episode wasn't amazing, but the Iraq War was very much still going on at the time. I mean, it's still going on now, but it was very much in your face, on the news. So when a TV show came out about it, I was like, shit, yeah, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to get all up in that, and I'm going to watch all of that. And I did, and I got hooked on it. But the first episode wasn't enough to keep me going. It was more the story. It was more like, this is happening right now, I'm going to watch this. And I wonder if The State is that same kind of thing for me. You know what I mean?
Could be.
Could be, I don't know. Maybe not, maybe I'm just bullshitting.
Hey.
But yeah, if you fancy a bit of, like, insight into what goes on with ISIS, give it a watch.
I think they'll, yeah, like I say, I think that there'll be more, you know, it'll turn into a good story.
Yeah.
You know, I really do.
As in have one. But yeah, not a bad pick. Not a great pick, but not a bad pick.
Just something different.
It was different. It was very different, because we're used to Hearts and Flowers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, pause that for a second while I find a news thing. Okay, so that was The State. I think we both kind of agree there's more there.
There's more there.
There's enough to keep on going, which is the point of the pilot.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
It's not. I don't think it's going to be easy going by any stretch of the imagination.
No,
it did say on the kind of blurb that it's a hard hitting show, and it's Channel 4, which
when Channel 4 says that shit, you're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, right, next one. This is a Netflix show.
Ooh.
It starts on October the 13th. So you won't have seen it because it ain't out yet. So we've got, 5 days or whatever.
So we will be squeezing another episode in between this just to make sure we get to watch it. Okay, I like that.
Be fine. Right, so the TV show is called Mindhunter.
Ooh.
Mindhunter. Okay.
It's about hunters of the mind.
Exactly. Here's the blurb. In this unnerving series, 2 FBI agents not only tries to prevent crimes committed by psychopaths, but attempt to understand it. That is really poorly written, Den of Geek. Fuck me. Den
of Geek do write poorly, to be fair.
This is terrible. Jesus Christ. Okay, right. Okay. Attempt to understand it, and it leads to complications later on. I've helped that. Fucking idiots. The series still features a stellar cast, including Jonathan Groff, who I've never heard of.
Nope.
Holt McCannally.
Nope.
McCannally. Never heard of it. Anna Torv, who was in Fringe.
Nope.
Anyway, from the outlook, it looks as if the series will share many similarities with Criminal Minds, but with a much darker tone. So, Mindhunter, Season 1, starts October the 13th on Netflix UK. I guess Netflix America as well. Mindhunter.
Hopefully.
You would think.
You never know, those bloody Americans. They didn't even have Rick and Morty on them.
I know. Sorry.
Asshole.
Yeah.
So,
that's Mindhunter for the next episode.
And
Done.
we still have the FIFA movie to watch for 0%ers.
Yes, we do.
Which we will do for the next episode.
Yes, we
hopefully. So let's just move on to our next section.
Yeah, I'm going to go for a pee first, though.
Okay, that's good, because I'm going to play a promo.
Hey, are you a jock that likes comics?
Are you a nerd that likes comics?
Do you feel left out sometimes?
Well, then we've got the show for you.
I'm Imran.
And I'm Anthony.
He's the jock.
And he's the nerd.
And we host the Jock and Nerd podcast at jockandnerd.com. If you're looking for fun, entertaining, laugh out loud geek chat over all the latest Marvel, DC shows and news, visit jockandnerd.com.
Full spoiler podcast, lots of swearing.
You're such a jock.
You're such a nerd.
Oh, come on.
Shut up, nerd.
Okay.
On to my second favourite section of our podcast. I don't have a first, I'm just joking. This is the What Have You Been Watching section, which is when we talk about the TV, the movies, the comic books, or the games, or whatever we've been playing, watching, or doing. Just that does what it says on it then.
It does.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, what have you been watching?
So, well, now, first one.
Oh.
After Dancy Fella at Cinci, I watched Napoleon Dynamite.
Legend.
I had never seen it before.
Yep.
I don't know why. I thoroughly, really enjoyed it.
It's an amazing movie.
Yeah.
It is. It's a fantastic movie. Kind of put what's his name, the guy that plays Napoleon, John Heder, kind of put him on the map, basically. I absolutely love Napoleon. I've been trying to tell you to watch it for fucking donkeys.
I don't know why. I don't know. It's just, one of those movies that you just never get round to watching.
Yeah, because you're super awkward.
Fuck you. How dare you?
You are? You're massively awkward.
No, you're awkwarder.
Well, yeah, there is that. But you're kind of awkward, and that's why you wouldn't watch it.
I didn't refuse to watch it.
What's your favourite part, apart from the dance?
Oh, fucking hell.
Did you like when he goes, do the chickens have talons?
Yeah, that was good.
Did you like the bit I said when she comes to the door? And she says, I'm trying to raise money to go to college, and all you hear is Kip in the back going, your mum goes to college.
I can't remember that bit.
Which makes no sense, but it's so funny.
I loved Pedro. Pedro was
great.
awesome. Fuck me, I can't. I don't know.
It is an amazing
I don't know.
movie.
But yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. I can't believe it's taken me that long to watch it.
Well, I'm glad you watched it. I'm really glad you watched it.
There you go.
Yeah, I have kind of sort of semi kind of found myself doing the 31 Days of Horror.
All right.
I've been on a bit of a horror kick.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, they do it like this month, October.
Okay.
They do like 31 Days of Horror. You watch a horror movie a night. I haven't done every night so far, but I have done 4 nights.
Okay.
Out of 9, 8. So I've skipped 4, but there's a reason for that. But yeah, I've been watching some horror movies. There's other movies on my list as well. So I'm going to knock down my first 2 because I don't really want to say too much about them, and then we'll move on to yourself. But day 1 of the 31 Days of Horror, I watched The Cult of Chucky.
Okay.
Do not waste your fucking time with this movie. What the motherfuck have they done to Chucky? This movie was bad. I give it a certain amount of credit in a way, because the guy that wrote like the original Child's Play, he's written all 7 Child's Play movies, like Chucky movies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give it to him. He knows what the movies are, and he tries to make it fresh and different every time. But this one's just fucking stupid. This time he embodies like 3 different Chucky dolls and then a human being, and I was just sat there going, the fuck's going on with Chucky nowadays? So yeah, I don't want to say overly much about that. Terrible movie, don't bother watching it. Unless you're a massive diehard Chucky head.
I'm not at all, because it always freaked me the fuck out when I was a kid.
This one will just make you laugh your tits off.
I watched maybe some of the first movie. I've never watched any of them since.
Yeah.
Not a single one. So.
This one had potential to be one of the better ones. It just went batshit crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. On day 2, I watched The Leatherface, which is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre prequel. Again, fuck that movie. Oh my god.
Again, I saw the first one from the 70s.
Yep.
I think I mentioned a few episodes ago the family round the table bit creeped me out, which you would, and I never really saw the big deal about Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
I was never a massive fan of it, but I think I've seen most of them, if not all of them.
How many different fucking movies can you make about it, though?
They just keep rebooting it. Michael Bay rebooted it like a couple of months. It was a couple of months ago, a couple of years ago. He rebooted it.
Michael Bay did a Leatherface.
Well,
movie.
he was a producer, but it was like a Michael Bay production. No explosions though. But yeah, this one was. It's all like the basically the birth of Leatherface, how he came to be Leatherface.
Also, it's Leatherface Oranges.
Yeah.
Right.
But like they do this thing where they show you, and you know what? Fuck it, spoilers, because they do this thing through the whole movie where the fat kid of the family, you're supposed to think that he's Leatherface because he's a big fat retard that's going around killing people, and he does kill one person, but they build it up all the way through. This is Leatherface, and then like 15 minutes from the end, oh shit, that's not Leatherface, it's the other brother. And I was just like, couldn't give two fucks right now. Like, that's a twist that maybe would have been good had the movie been good, but it wasn't, so it wasn't. So yeah, Leatherface, don't bother.
Okay.
Cult of Chucky, don't bother. Leatherface, don't bother.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
Speaking of don't bother, I
Nice.
watched A Ghost Story.
Yeah, I've not heard of this.
It's Casey Affleck.
No, I have heard of this, yes.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's shit.
I love Casey Affleck, though.
I mean, by all means, give it a watch. But I fucking...
Is it about ghosts?
Well, he gets killed in a car crash at the start.
Spoilers.
It's right at the start. Okay. And so he is in the morgue and sits up and he's a ghost with a old school bloody shroud sort of thing on.
Yeah, that sounds terrible.
And so he goes back to the house and the whole movie, I think it's like 2 and a bit hours, he doesn't say another single thing after he dies.
Oh, how? It's Casey Affleck?
He doesn't say another single thing, so he goes back to the house where he lived with his girlfriend. His girlfriend moves out. Then it's like different people living in the house through, through years. I kept on watching it because I thought it's like, okay, I'm going to keep on watching this because it can't possibly be as bad as I'm building it up in my head to be, and it was. There was a moment where they had a bunch of hippies in the house, and so they've got these smacked up fucking hippies sat around the table, and it takes you completely out of the film to deliver this fucking over the top fucking hippie, like, oh, we're so fucking cool, man, and like fucking the Earth's the size of a little fucking pin when you think about it, and fuck you, mate, fuck you, you fucking druggy piece of shit.
Like Scab Jeff with his existential movies.
It went on forever, and there was like, I like a sort of like a long shot that doesn't move away, like sort of like Shane Meadows-y, shots like that. But this was the entire film with shots like that. There was a scene where the ghost is stood watching the girlfriend, and she starts eating a pie.
Okay.
And she sits on the floor in the kitchen, and he eats the whole pie, mouth at a time. The shot lasts about 10 minutes.
I'm gonna have to check out who directed this.
It lasts forever, and then she goes and throws up.
Oh, it's nice. So there's a payoff to the scene.
If you want to fucking call it that. It's boring as shit. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting it to be. It was just boring as fuck.
I think we covered that.
Yeah.
So
that's something for your DVD cover.
Boring as shit. I'm gonna move on to day 3 and 4 of my horror kick. Day 3, I watched Circus Kane, which was a movie that got sent to us from Clint and his people, and it had Jonathan Lipnicki in it, who is Hobie are a very big fan of him. The kid from Jerry Maguire.
Okay.
Do you know the human head weighs 10 pounds?
Fuck off.
Yeah, so not not actually a shit movie. Not a fantastic movie, but not a shit movie either. It knew exactly what it was. It was trying to get some shocks out of it. The actors in the movie were very over the top. Like, there's one actor in the movie who, I suppose it's the character he was playing. He's like a movie hound. Like, he loves movies, loves horror movies. So, in the first 5 minutes of the movie, he does 7 different impressions of different actors from different movies. And I was sat there going, that's annoying. Like, that is fucking annoying. And he did it all the way through the film. So when he gets killed, I was very, very pleased. But it's a typical sort of House of Horrors movie. The old guy who runs the circus calls these young YouTubers, bloggers, and people with social media presence to the House of Horrors. They go to the House of Horrors, and guess what? They start dying. It follows the numbers that you're supposed to follow.
Yeah.
It has a couple of decent scares. I'm not really into, like, gore kills anymore, you know, like the Saw.
Yeah,
movies.
I was never into them.
It doesn't really do anything for me, but luckily they restrained themselves enough because pretty much they didn't have the budget. But yeah, it's not brilliant, but it's not shit either. So yeah, Circus Kane. Would I recommend it? It's a soft recommend. It's not a hard recommend. And on day 4, I watched Amityville Awakening.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a reboot?
Fuck me. No, it's not a reboot. It's set 40 years after the first movie. The very first
movie. The Margot
movie.
Kidder one?
Yep.
Right.
And oh my god.
Is she in it?
Oh, no. This movie is so groundbreaking. There's literally a scene in the movie where they've moved to the house, right? So they moved to the Amityville house. And the kids don't know they've moved to the Amityville house. And the next door neighbour, who I think is also a friend of the mother, was like, you need to tell the kids that it's that house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's like, oh, yeah. And then the kid goes to school, she's all emo, and one of these boys is like, nobody wants to speak to you because of the house. And she's like, what you know. And she gets talking to them, and he's like, we need to watch the movie. And she's like, what movie? And he says, the Amityville movie.
So they Scream 2 to the Amityville fucking
They
horror.
Scream 2, the Amityville horror franchise. He comes over to the house to watch the Amityville movie. The Margot Kidder one, mind you.
Well, yeah.
It says Margot Kidder on the box. And he says, so we've got some choices. We've got the Amityville original movie with Margot Kidder. I'm assuming that's the one we'll go with. We've got Amityville 2. A decent sequel, not bad. Or we've got the Amityville remake with Ryan. And then they stop and they go, no, we'll not watch the remakes. Remakes are shit.
Did he go, there are certain rules that one must abide by in order to survive an Amityville. Fuck that.
They may as well have. The thing is, the movie is actually quite good. It's not terrible. Apart from those little scenes where they reference other Amityville movies, I was kind of like, you're trying to pull me out of this right now. But I think it's a throwback, because when I went onto Wiki and all that and I read about the production, there was an original script of the movie that focused around Halloween Resurrection, basically. This woman who did reality TV shows wanted to do a reality TV show in the Amityville house.
Okay.
That was the original script. It got scrapped, and this script came around, and it kind of felt like certain aspects of that script crept into this one. That one being a big part of it. But yeah, it's not shit. It's just meh.
Meh. It
goes along and does what it's supposed to. Jennifer Jason Leigh plays the mum. Love a bit of Jennifer Jason Leigh. The crippled kid in the movie who's like, basically he's crippled the whole way through the movie, but the house makes him feel better, is Cameron Monaghan, who I really like. He was in the Gotham. He played Jerome in Gotham.
Okay.
I'm a big fan of him. I really like seeing him. But yeah, it just kind of goes along and does what it's meant to and doesn't really give you any big shocks. It's not going to reboot the franchise. If anything, it maybe just killed it a little bit more. But I can't see them doing it.
Why is Amityville a franchise?
I don't know. I think it's like the... Like, did you hear those conspiracy guys when they talked about it?
Yeah.
I think it's the story behind the movies. Like, the fact that it's based on a supposedly true story that was never ever debunked or said it happened. It's based on that, but then you've got the story behind when they try to make the movies, and you've got all that sort of myth that goes along with the Art of Evil. It's a compelling story. Maybe they should just stop making movies, though.
Yeah.
Especially when your movie references the last couple of movies.
Yeah.
That's when you know you've jumped the shark.
Yeah, you're not Wes Craven.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Very far from Wes Craven.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And
okay.
essentially, that's the end of my horror kick. But, yeah. What have you been watching?
I have got one more movie to talk about. I've got a couple of TV shows. I hear your fucking voice is dying.
It is a little bit, but that's fine.
So I have seen, finally, the War for the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, so have I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the movie looks stunning.
Mm-hmm.
Andy the fuck Serkis, deserves to be in the conversation for an Oscar, and anyone who disagrees with that can fuck right off.
I do actually agree with you, especially this time round. We talked about it when the second movie came out, and I wasn't so much on board with it then, but this movie, it's all Andy Serkis.
Mm-hmm.
He's fucking phenomenal in this movie.
We'll try and keep it spoiler free, because I'm sure it's still in the cinemas, in different places. So we'll try and keep it spoiler free. But if any spoilers slip through, we apologise. So the bit at the end, Andy Serkis is fucking phenomenal in it, and if the Oscars don't give him some fucking recognition, then they can fuck right off.
It's a shame, because you know fine well...
They're not gonna.
You know fine well it's going to be a Techie Award. It's going to be the night before Techie Awards. It's going to be like special effects, which is a shame, because it's like, where do you blur the lines, though, a little bit, because how much of it is performance, how much of it is guys behind computers. But in this movie, especially in this one of all three so far, you can just see Serkis. You can see the face, the emotion.
Yeah.
You can completely see it.
There are two moments in the film that abso-fucking-lutely that we're not going to give away. Woody Harrelson is a solid bad guy. A better bad guy than the last movie, because I thought, it was Gary Oldman in the last movie.
They wasted him.
And they completely wasted him.
I don't think they knew what to do.
But so that's the thing, tangent, that's the thing about the Oscars next year, is I have read on a few different places that they reckon that Oldman's Churchill performance is going to get him the Oscar, because he's never won the Oscar, and it's going to be like a Leo thing, like a cumulative...
That's not fair, though.
Well...
That's not fair. You can't do that. Like, that's bullshit, because when they gave it to Leo, they gave it to him for the wrong fucking movie.
But I don't necessarily... Well, from the trailers anyway, the movie looks fucking good. But anyway, that's a different movie. So, the movie looks stunning.
Yep.
The CGI is fucking just dead on.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely dead on. The motion capture, and it just looks amazing. Story-wise, I said to you as I was watching it, I could kind of see why maybe it didn't do as well.
Yeah.
I think it was just the story was a little bit... a lot of it was unneeded.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it drags on in places, because it doesn't really drag on. But there are certain things that you see and you're kind of like, I didn't need that.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things that was like, you know what, you could lose about 20 minutes from this movie.
Yeah, well, basically the premise of the movie is that there's like Woody Harrelson is part of a military unit that is hunting apes, basically. And so Caesar... as basically pretty much the last movie, is kind of, they've got their little area and they're living happily, and then everything goes to fuck.
Yeah.
And so things happen, and that's your movie. And
he cobras the fuck out of it.
Yeah. I would watch it again. I'll fucking well definitely buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out. Absolutely, because it's worth a rewatch. I'm not saying that. I don't know. I just think I can see why it was considered to not be as strong as the previous two.
Yeah, but the thing with that for me is that, like, I don't know, it's ending things, like, because you know, like, these directors and these actors and all that, and when they're making, and they know it's a trilogy, he knew from day one that he wanted to make a trilogy. That was his goal, was Matt Reeves. It was his goal to make a trilogy. And that's where I get stuck on it. It's like, how do you end it but satisfy not only yourself but everyone else?
Yeah.
And I think that's where the third movie in franchises really kind of, especially if it's going to be the last movie, really falls short.
I think it needs to be the last movie, to be honest with you.
I would say end it there. They're talking about doing more. There is, like, it's in the works.
Well, wasn't the whole plan for it to lead up to, like, the start of the Charlton Heston movie, kind of?
Well, that's what I thought they were doing, because the young girl is called Nova.
Right.
And in the Charlton Heston movies, there is a woman that he comes across in the ape village who is called Nova.
Oh, right, okay.
But after doing a little bit of research, after watching the movie and, like, putting that thing together in my head, I went and had a look, and apparently it's just a nod. Like, it's Matt Reeves said in an interview that it doesn't mean anything, it's just a nod.
Right, oh well.
Like, it's just something he wanted to put in there for the Apes fans, which is annoying.
Yeah.
Because I thought that's maybe what they were doing, and by the end of it, it's clearly not what they're doing, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, I loved the movie. I thought, yeah, you're right, the story in places didn't need to have certain scenes. Just Circus smashed it. I loved Bad Ape. Bad Ape was great.
Yeah.
Like, when I first met him, I thought, what an annoying little bastard. But then by the end of the movie, I'm like, I'm sold.
I kind of thought, oh, they've put Jar Jar in the apes.
No, they definitely didn't.
But there was a moment where the fucking orangutan thing was telling him to climb, and he goes, and he kind of goes, Whoa! And he goes, okay. That was fucking great. That was really good.
No,
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it not quite as much as the last two. I would watch it again. I would tell everybody to watch it, and I think you'll still enjoy it. But yeah, there you go.
So I have one more movie, and then I'm all TV from there. And my last movie, it could actually be part of my horror section, to be perfectly frank. I sat down with my daughters, my wonderful daughters, and I watched the Emoji Movie.
Ew! Okay.
Oh my God.
Right.
Jesus, like, what in the motherfuck?
Not even Patrick Stewart saved it? No?
No, nobody saved it. Nobody.
So what is the movie actually about?
The movie, right, this is good. The premise of the Emoji Movie is that there's a boy, like in the real world, a human boy, who has a phone. And in that phone, you have emojis. And when he is writing texts, he has to decide which emoji to use. And the emojis live inside the phone, and they live inside boxes, and they have to be, like, they have to look good so that he chooses their emoji. That's the premise of the movie. However, there's one emoji who is the meh emoji.
Is there a meh emoji?
Apparently.
What a meh emoji?
But apparently, well, evidently when you watch the movie, he's not very good at being meh.
Okay.
Because he has many different emotions. Because he's an emoji. And he fucks up the whole scheme, and it all goes to fuck. And I think I fell asleep 20 minutes from the end. Which I think is a testament to how much I love my daughters. Because I made it that far. And this movie's dog shit. Fucking James Corden's in there doing voices. Patrick Stewart, as you say, is in there doing voices. There's a lot of different... T.J. Miller is the main character from Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me, this movie is fucking atrocious. Like, the fact that they're even selling this movie to kids is fucking like... They might as well be selling crack to kids. Because it does nothing for them. It's shit. I don't like it. And
so it's not even a sort of story or...
There's a story. That is genuinely the story. Like, he wants to be a proper emoji, but he's a meh emoji. And it's like, he keeps on saying, a meh, and meh, and meh. And then he totally fucks up the whole emoji thing, which fucks up the kid's phone. The kid gets really confused when he's trying to text people because in the world now we only use emojis when we text. That's like the big thing. Yeah, no. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm absolutely disgusted that they made this movie.
Yeah, that's not good.
I've seen some really bad animated films geared for kids, but this is fucking disgusting, and it appalled me. I wasn't happy watching it, but you know what? Apparently, some people went to see it. Gladly, not enough people to make it a success because it did pan. But no, you shouldn't be making these movies.
Speaking didn't it get 0%?
I think it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that. No.
Apart from when we do 0%ers.
Because we're awesome.
Ironic, if anything.
Yeah.
So what have you been watching?
Right, okay, so TV time. Well, first one. Star Trek Discovery.
Yes!
Fuck yes!
This fucking show is perfect.
I'm absolutely loving it. I have a niggle, which I said to you.
Go on then.
No, you rightly said, well, press skip.
Oh, the intro.
My niggle is the intro credits, and the intro music. I think it's shit, and it's boring.
Did you like the intro music for Enterprise, though?
I did.
Did you?
I actually did.
I hated it.
I like that song.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the intro is boring as balls. As you say, you can press skip on Netflix.
Well,
it's
Netflix
fine.
gives you the choice. Skip intro, pal.
I'm going to do that on Monday.
Please do.
Well,
please do.
What day is today? Sunday.
Tuesday.
So no.
Is it Monday it comes out?
I think it's Monday.
I'm loving this show.
Yeah, I'm really enjoyed it. Other than the fucking intro, that's nothing to do with the TV show, really.
No.
But other than the intro, I am really enjoying it. I think everyone, especially I can't remember her name. Fuck it. The last from The Walking Dead.
Martin.
That's the one. It's an easy name. I can't remember it. I can never get it into my bloody head. But she's great.
She's
fucking
phenomenal.
great.
And you know what? Fucking wasted on The Walking Dead.
Yep.
Because that character, Sasha, did fucking nothing for years. And then she goes onto a show like this and she dominates.
Just shows what you've got with decent writers.
I know, man. It's fucking annoying because, Jesus, how good is she?
Yep.
She's so good in this show.
Jason Isaacs has just come into it this week. This past week.
How did you feel about the first 2 episodes basically being like a 2-hour cold open?
I was good with it because I never got into Enterprise. I think I watched maybe part of the first season, but I never got into it, as obviously a lot of other people didn't either, because it tanked completely and didn't get past season 5, I think. So I never got into it. So the last time I watched a TV show, a Star Trek TV show, was Voyager. And that's like, what, fucking, I don't know, 15 years ago?
Yeah, a good while ago now.
So I was okay with it. We've obviously got the 2 JJ movies.
Yeah.
I'm not counting Beyond because fuck that. But so that's like the first time that Star Trek has been on TV for me in the last 15 years. So I was okay with them doing a double bill to set up the universe. That was fine.
I thought it was ballsy as fuck to open, because it's Star Trek Discovery. You're expecting to see the Discovery straight away. But in this, it's like, you know what, we're going to give you a 2-hour cold open, we're going to introduce you to this captain and a number 1, and that's going to be a captain for the whole fucking series, and you're going to love it. And then it's like, no, we're going to pull that shit from under you, and you know what, we're going to fucking throw her in the brig. She's going to prison, so fuck you. I loved the way they did that. I thought it was so interesting to open that show like that. I didn't expect it. I've never seen Star Trek do that before. And it threw me for fucking 6. And then episode 3 is basically a pilot.
Yeah.
Which,
pretty much.
Again, we got introduced to this whole fucking Klingon war that is about to kick off before the show even started.
But that's, I think I said this to you as I was watching it, like the Klingon war stuff is what Star Trek Beyond should have been.
Yeah, 100%. It should have been because they built it up in the second movie. Yeah.
But fantastic show. I think, as with everything else, there's people who are bitching about it, but fuck them. Saying it's all sci-fi and not enough Star Trek, like not enough exploring and
good.
bloody
Good. Do something different.
all that kind of thing.
It's
you
doing
know.
something very different.
But give them a minute, for fuck's sake. Give them a minute.
I thought episode 3 was very explory. They got called to a planet and they went.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What more do you fucking want?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sold already. I'm 3 episodes in. I love it. I said on, I think it was the Jock and Nerd community page, that for me, it's the most perfect sci-fi show I've watched in years. We're only 3 episodes in, so I might be getting ahead of myself. But sci-fi wise, I just think it's perfect. Everything's in there that I like.
Yeah.
You've got a bit of mystery and intrigue with the captain and the ship. You kind of don't know where Jason Isaacs is coming from yet.
I'm liking that. Yeah, I am liking that.
He's kind of got his little menagerie of fucking weird things. And it's like, yeah, this could go one of 2 ways. And I do like that. You know, why does he want her when she's like, you know, she's been disowned by Starfleet, basically, but he's adamant to have her on the ship? I don't know. There's just a lot going on. There's that many layers to the show so far that I'm just kind of like, right, let's just pace ourselves. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
And our roommate is fucking amazing.
Yes.
She's great.
Yeah, she was great. As soon as she came in, I thought, yeah, you're awesome.
Aye, you'll do.
Yep.
So yeah, man, I'm completely on the same page. I can't wait for the next episode. I do genuinely think it's the best sci-fi I've watched in a long time.
I'd probably agree. I can't think of any really, like, sci-fi TV shows that I watched, to be honest with
Really
you.
exciting. So,
Continuum, but that finished a couple of years ago.
is that not still going?
No, I think it's finished. I thought it was finished. Yeah,
Probably.
if it's still going, I've not been watching it. Yeah.
So the reason that I haven't been keeping up on my 31 Days of Horror is because I started binge watching From Dusk Till Dawn, the series.
Oh.
I watched a couple of episodes of season 1 back when it came out on the El Rey network, fucking like a couple of years back.
Uh-huh.
But there's 3 seasons on Netflix, and I've been binging them, and I fucking love it.
I watched the first season.
It's campy as fuck, it's cheesy as fuck, it's stupid as fuck, and it's vampires. And I just think it's great. I'm getting a kick out of it. Season 3 is where it ends, and it's not getting any more. Although it's not been cancelled or finished, like, nobody's officially said anything, but all the actors have been let go from their contracts.
Oh, right, well.
So that to me says it's
Yeah.
cancelled. So it must be cancelled. But I think it's great. It's just nuts.
How many? So it's the third season now.
Yeah, season 3's on. Well, season 3's finished. I think it finished last year.
Okay.
But yeah, 3 series on Netflix.
The first season was alright.
The first season was good, but it was the brother with the glasses. He was keeping it going.
Yeah.
He was brilliant.
Yeah.
You kind of was hoping that the George Clooney brother was going to be the one that held the show up, but he kind of didn't. But in season 3, he very much does. He's brilliant.
And so, is it still set in the titty bar?
That's gone. It's I think Fez from that 70s show, he blew it up in the second series.
Okay.
But it's more about, you know how she was trapped in that bar by the powers that be, like the elders of like the vampires.
Yeah.
So she was being held there, sort of, not so much against her will, but she was being held there. She couldn't get out. So when Richie gets her out, she decides she's going to go on a fucking revenge spree. She's going to kill all the people that fucking trapped her there, and Richie's going to help her. So that's basically what they're doing. They are trying to get to the head guys. That was what Series 2 was all about. And then Season 3, there's like a new big bad kind of comes to town. And it's Danny Trejo is in Season 2. He's fucking awesome in it.
Of course he is.
Of course he is. He was in all the films, so he might as well be. He's great in it, actually. He's actually really good. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I don't know why I never watched it anymore back in the day. It's just so fucking stupidly fucking brilliant.
I actually might go back to that because I did like the first season. I don't know why. Did it not take them a while to get the second season made?
Mm-hmm. It has a bit of a lull at the start of the second season. If you stick with it, it gets better.
Right. I might go back to it.
And what I did love, massive shout out, Jake Busey is in it.
Right.
He plays Sex Machine from the movie. He's in it. And then there's a scene where you see where like his ancestors, and it's his dad, fucking Gary Busey, plays him.
Sweet.
I was buzzing. Like the episode started, I was sitting there going, I thought Jake Busey was in this. Why is fucking Gary Busey? No, right, okay.
And did he sound like Holly Hunter?
Yeah. It was awesome.
That's a We Hate Movies joke if anybody's wondering what the fuck we're going on about.
So, dude, what you been watching?
Yeah. So, Sky Atlantic show, Tim the Fuck Roth.
Yeah, I watched the first episode
10
last
star.
night.
Great.
I watched the first episode and then about 10 minutes of the second episode.
I'm about 4 or 5 in. God damn it. Tim Roth is so good.
It's a good fucking show. It's really well written.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastically well written. He's delivering some bloody good lines in that show. I was sat there going, fuck yeah, Tim Roth. Like, I've always loved Tim Roth, but I was sitting there going, yeah, Tim Roth's back.
Yeah, well, he had Lie to Me. Lie to Me was okay. I think Lie to Me got cancelled before its time.
Yeah, it was only just getting going. Really.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, so 10 star. It's on Sky Atlantic here in the UK. I'm not sure what it'll be over in America. Surely they will. They'll be showing it somewhere, surely. But yeah, so it's about Tim Roth is a British police officer who is now the sheriff in, I think it's Alaska, isn't it? It's like some town in Alaska.
Yeah.
So some like a sort of oil company comes in. So the PR person of the company is Christina Hendricks.
Yeah.
Who, like me a bit of Christina Hendricks.
You certainly do.
I do. Great to see her back on a TV show again, because I don't think she's done anything since Mad Men. She was in Drive.
Not that I know of. She's popped up in here and there.
Yeah.
No, massive.
So it's great to see her back. That's fucking awesome. So yeah, so it's, he is the sheriff of this town, and stuff starts kicking off. And well, I'm not going to give you spoilers of what happens at the end of the first episode, because it's first episode wise, it's pretty fucking big. Yeah. So just go watch it. Go watch 10 Star starring Tim Roth. It's fucking great. Just go watch it.
The thing that happens at the end is like a big thing, but at first it wasn't that big until I watched the second episode and I saw what actually happened. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like the gravity didn't really smack us in the face until I watched the second episode, but it fucking got us. Like, I was like, you fucking bastards. But yeah, it's a great program. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I'm gonna stick with that one. I hadn't written
Definitely
that down.
should.
I hadn't written that one down, but I will be sticking with it because it's Tim Roth.
Tim Roth.
So the last thing I have is that I'm also watching Night Shift. I think I spoke about it on the last episode.
You did speak about that, aye.
Still loving it. Still think it's great. Owen Macken's fucking awesome in it, and that's the last thing I've got.
Okay, fair enough.
What you been watching?
Fair enough. Latest season of Raid 11.
Yeah, I'm done.
I know you are. Yeah, I'm surprised about that.
I heard they killed.
I thought you would have. Eh?
I heard they killed his wife.
Yeah, I told you that.
But I heard they also killed Danny Reagan's wife in Blue Bloods.
Fuck off.
No, Lindsay was telling me.
Is that starting again?
We haven't watched it for a while, but Lindsay says that Danny Reagan's wife's been killed in Blue Bloods.
Well, not as far as I've seen.
It must have started again. Unless she's thinking about something else.
I've got a Never Miss set up, and I've not had a new series come through.
Maybe she's thinking of Ray Donovan.
Well, on Ray Donovan in the first episode, I think it's about 5-6 in here at the moment, and on Sky Atlantic again. But yeah, Abby has been, she's died from the cancer, but they keep kind of going back, and it's not quite as clear cut as that. So something else has fucking happened. It's good. Fuck off. It's good. Did you have any others? No.
No. That's me done. That's me done.
British show. W1A. Have you ever watched W1A?
I've seen the trailers. I've never watched it.
It's great.
It's Jessica Hines and
Jessica Hines and Hugh Bonville, who the Americans will have seen in Downton Abbey.
Yeah, because they love that show.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I never watched it.
It's not my cup
of
tea.
But he's got some comedy chops on him. Fucking great show. David Tennant is it's like a sort of obviously fly on the wall type thing.
Right.
David Tennant is the narrator for it. It's just so fucking good. It's on the
that
third and final series.
I do fancy giving that a go.
We're halfway in now.
Did it not start when the Olympics was on or something?
Yeah, there was a series. Was it 2 series of 2012?
Right.
I think it might have been 2 series, and then it went on to W1A.
Because the Olympics were finished.
But it's in the first series actually, the first and I can't remember if there was 1 or 2 series of 2012, but Olivia Colman was on that.
All right.
Yeah. But so Hugh Bonneville and Jessica Hines moved over to the W1A. Right. It's like the same characters. So it's carrying on the story. It's great. I like her. Fucking funny. Especially Jessica Hines is amazing.
I do like her.
The last one I've got to speak about is a documentary on the Netflix. It was actually spoken about on the latest episode of Those Conspiracy Guys. So the documentary is called Unacknowledged.
Right.
And, well, it's about aliens and stuff and things.
Oh,
yeah, I know. Here we go.
Those Americans and that getting probed.
It is. Well, it's not probed. But, no, right. I was kind of like that, okay? I was kind of like that. For the first part, I think it's like a 2-hour documentary.
Right.
For the first half hour of it, I was pretty much sat there going, fuck off. What a load of old shit. Bloody wind your neck in. But then it starts talking about things and going to places, and I was kind of, by the end of it, it had me drawn in, and I was sat going, Jesus Christ, what if? And they were all the time on Those Conspiracy Guys, they think the theory, like from after the Second World War, that after the Nazis it would be the Russians, then the terrorists, and then finally the aliens, and that's like a big thing in the documentary that they cover. Don't fucking put your eyebrows up at me. Honestly, I really enjoyed it.
So you think the aliens are coming?
I do. Oh, it's scary. I enjoyed it. Like I say, for the first bit of it, I was sat going, "I'll shut the fuck up." But I was close to putting it off, to be honest with you, but I didn't, and I stuck with it, and it was interesting.
I'll probably not give that.
I'd like you will.
Not if it's going to say that aliens are coming.
Could well be.
Cool. Do you think you'd get probed if an alien came?
Oh, absolutely. I'd be a catch.
It's one way to say it. So, you got anything else?
Nope, that's me.
I think the last thing that I have is that I read the Rotten Tail comic book that I picked up from the Cincinnati Comic Expo. It was cool. I got it from the Source Point Press. It's fucking nuts. Apparently they've made a movie. They were telling us that they've made a movie of it, and it's coming like Easter next year. It's going to be fucking bonkers. Absolutely bonkers, but it should be good.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
I did buy 3 issues of The Rot from those guys. The artwork is amazing. But I've not read it yet. I've not had a bloody chance, but I am going to read it. They're not big issues. They're just like normal comic, sort of normal comic.
Yeah.
So I am going to read them, and maybe next episode I'll do a cheeky review.
Sweet, man.
Tidy.
So with that, will we move on to our last section of the night?
Yes, we will.
Which is the top 5. So, yeah.
So this is inspired by
Quick promo.
If you like listening to this podcast, then I guarantee you're going to love Thinking Outside the Long Box and our scintillating interviews with pop culture celebrities.
I have a responsibility, not just to my son, but to everyone I meet, to let you see this is what you can do. This is what you can have. Look at how different I am. My God, look at all these people here. Can I be more different? Jesus Christ. But it doesn't stop me, so why should it stop you?
Our discussions on the classics of pop culture literature and movies.
This version of Night of the Living Dead, I regard personally as my favorite movie of all time.
Oh, really?
I can trace it back to that movie for my love for movies and entertainment.
And of course, our intelligent discussion on all things pop culture. Passively reading the comic book. That's good. Here, I'll put it close to the mic. Oh, listen to me flip the pages passively.
Yes.
And then, so this is aggressive comic book reading.
Oh, man, yes! It's so good!
It's like that.
Wow.
Well, maybe not so intelligent. To listen to us, search for Thinking Outside the Long Box at iTunes or Stitcher, or find us at www.totlb.com. Now back to your super interesting show.
So this is inspired by the Cincinnati Llama Botherer.
Mm-hmm.
So he challenged us when we were over there.
Yeah. He
did. With a few beers in us, to come up with a top 5 British movies of all time.
Yeah, he did.
Well, for a start, there was no Wi-Fi, no Wi-Fi really to speak of in the place, so we were phoneless.
Yeah.
Like a couple of fucking millennials.
Phoneless with beers in hand.
Yes.
So what do you expect us to do?
And so all we could really think of was Fish Called Wanda.
And apparently that's not a British film.
And fuck that shit. Fuck that shit all day long.
Nothing was British. Trainspotting, not British. Sorry, but I think it is. James Bond movies.
Basically,
not British.
if it's been distributed in America by an American company, it's not British.
Yeah.
So, and fuck you with that shit.
But he likes artsy fartsy pish like La La Land and
fuck you with that shit. So,
yeah,
British movie
top 5
is a British movie by a British director, British writer, British actors.
Yep. Set in Britain, made in Britain. Looks British.
Theme tune by Britain.
Is British.
Yep.
Because we're Brits.
Yep.
So let's go.
Yep. Right.
Number 5. What do you got, bro?
I've got a list. I've got a long list. Okay. Right. That's my list at the moment.
Try and narrow that down. You're going to Blake the fuck out of
Yeah,
this.
no, I am going to Blake the fuck out of it. Right, okay. Number 5. Shaun of the Dead.
Excellent. Need you say any more?
No, I don't need to say any more. Great writing. Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. Fucking great writing. Funny as hell. It's my favourite of the, what's it called? The Cornetto trilogy. My favourite of those movies. It's fucking great.
Yeah. I'll give you Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead's cracking movie. So, my number 5 is Layer Cake. I'm a huge fan of Layer Cake. I don't hate Guy Ritchie movies, but I don't exactly love them. But you had your Lock, Stock, you had your Snatch right at the very beginning.
Snatch.
And
sorry.
And then after Snatch, Matthew Vaughn that's when he peeled off to do his own thing instead of just constantly working with Guy Ritchie. And the first movie he made was Layer Cake. Layer Cake is a fucking blinding movie. It was basically Daniel Craig's audition to be James Bond. And he got the part. No fucking surprise.
Can I be honest with you? I've never seen it.
You've never seen Layer Cake? It's amazing.
I really don't rate Guy Ritchie enough. I've seen Sherlock Holmes, but other than that, I don't rate him at all.
Well, good news is it's not his movie. It's Matthew Vaughn's movie.
But he's there, isn't he?
No. This was when Matthew Vaughn kind of moved away and did his own movies.
I thought it was Guy Ritchie.
No, Layer Cake's not Guy Ritchie. It's Matthew Vaughn.
Right.
Guy Ritchie might have been like a fucking producer or something like that. Executive, whatever.
Matthew Vaughn, kick-ass Matthew Vaughn.
Yeah, the same.
Okay.
And
I might actually watch it then.
Layer Cake is it's a bit like a Guy Ritchie movie.
Fan, right?
Like movie fan, yeah. It's a bit like a Guy Ritchie movie. Like it's gangsters doing gangster things, stories intertwine, but it's just so much more polished. It looks good. Everybody in it is phenomenal, and yeah, it just.
I genuinely thought it was a Guy Ritchie movie.
No, it's Matthew Vaughn.
Well, there you go.
It was like his first sort of breakout movie. Yeah, I love it. You should definitely watch it.
I will watch it.
Loads of people in there that you'll go, nice and British, nice British actors, nice British director.
Okay. Yeah, next one. What are we going to preview for the next one? Right, I'm going to hobby it. And I think I'm hobbying it for the right reason, because I think they both star Christopher Eccleston. Okay, Shallow Grave.
Don't ever say Chris Eck. Just say his full name. You turn into me there. Oh, I've got a story I need to tell you at the end of the credits.
Okay. Yeah, I did turn it a cut there, didn't I?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Come on.
Anyway,
Come on,
Christopher Eccleston, Shallow Grave, and 28 Days Later.
Awesome. Was he in 28 Days Later?
I think he was. Wasn't he, like, at one of the, like, compoundy things? I think he was.
I think he was, yeah.
I think I'm right.
Yeah, he was definitely in Shallow Grave.
Yeah, well, Shallow Grave, I mean, fuck
awesome.
me.
Yeah.
One of the best British movies you could ever watch. It's a fucking cracking story, but it's one of those ones that it's kind of, it slips through the net.
Oh, yeah,
I think
definitely.
you forget how damn good it is. I had it on DVD.
As well, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I had it on DVD at one point, but it's one of those ones where you just forget how fucking good it is.
Because most people don't like Ewan McGregor.
He is in it, and ha.
No, I thought he was. I didn't say he wasn't.
I wasn't saying it to you, I was saying it to them. Who doubted me, the fuckers. So yeah, 20 days later, well, I mean, everybody's seen that movie, right? Everybody's seen 20 Days Later.
It's on my list.
Cillian Murphy, Brendan Fraser.
On my list, but I wasn't really
Not Brendan Fraser. Brendan Gleeson.
Brendan Gleeson,
Yeah.
Brendan Fraser.
Fuck you, I've had beer.
Go on then. So, my number 4 is actually considered a comedy.
I see.
Dog Soldiers.
Is that considered a comedy?
It's funny as fuck, to be fair. Yeah.
A dark comedy?
It's a dark comedy.
But Shallow Grave is a dark comedy,
Yeah.
technically, isn't it?
Neil Marshall's first movie, Dog Soldiers. I fucking love everything Neil Marshall's done so far. He's just a cracking director. Dog Soldiers, Doomsday, fucking... Even that was it The Descent? He did The Descent as well.
Yeah.
I loved that film. The Game of Thrones episodes he does, he fucking nails them every time. Dog Soldiers still stands out as my favourite Neil Marshall movie.
It is a good movie.
It's hilarious when it wants to be. It's quite scary in places. And like your Shallow Graves, it just came out of nowhere for me. I had no idea what it was. I put it on and I thought, this is amazing.
The bit I always remember from Dog Soldiers is the guy that he goes outside and he fucking shouts to the darkness, to the wolves, "Come and have a go if you think you are enough." Fucking great.
I like when the werewolves fucking got, is it Stoney he's called? He's got him by the neck up against the wall. He's like, "I hope I give you the shit."
Yeah. I want to watch that now.
There's some fantastic lines
Great.
in that movie. That's my number 4, Neil Marshall.
Okay. My number 3, you have to have a war movie.
You do?
But I'm going to have 2.
Oh, Braveheart.
Well, different wars.
Braveheart?
No.
Okay.
No. Different wars, okay? First one, I'm going to put this in there because I grew up watching this with my dad. It's Zulu. With Michael Caine.
People love them, some Zulus.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
I can honestly say I've never watched it.
No, it's about the the sort of empire wars in Africa and all that, which probably isn't very PC anymore. But Michael Caine's in it.
Get away with it back then.
Well, yeah. So Zulu is a fucking cracking movie, and you cannot possibly fucking say to me that Zulu isn't a British movie, you motherfucker.
Like I say, I've never actually seen it, so I'd have to take your word on Zulu.
Yeah. Second one.
I'm sure there's a lot of people out there like, it's never fucking seen it.
Well,
I haven't.
I've never seen Layer Cake, so
there you go.
Here you go. Second one, you've got to have a World War II movie.
Okay.
The Blitz. You've heard of The Blitz.
Yeah, I know what The Blitz is.
That's fine. The movie's not called The Blitz.
Oh, right.
No, the movie's called Hope and Glory. It's from 1987.
Yeah, I'm not sure that.
It's about kids in the Blitz. It's just... So, again, it's one of those movies that I grew up with, so that's why I've hobbied it. Fucking awesome movie. You know, it's just... but similar to, like, Shallow Grave, it's one of those movies that you don't really hear about anymore.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
I watched it when I was a kid. I remember it being fucking great. And so I put it on my last list.
Good man. So yeah, my number 3. And I might get a bit of shit for this, but it's definitely a British movie. All British actors.
Is it American Sniper?
No. Could have been though. I love this movie. I watched it as a Ben, probably a teenager. And I'm, you know what? You may take the piss out of me on this one, but I don't fucking care. My number 3 is Billy Elliot. Is that actually on your list?
Yep.
Nice. I fucking love Billy Elliot. If it's on TV, I'm watching it.
It's a good movie.
I think
it's a good movie.
Jamie Bell is incredible in that movie. I don't know how Jamie Bell isn't a massive star.
He's still in a TV show. I think it's maybe on its last season now, called Turn, which I've spoken about. American Spies. Washington Spies.
Mm-hmm.
About the American Revolution. And he's really good in it.
I don't know how he's not massive. He's so fucking good.
I think the TV show's doing okay though.
He pops up every now and then. He'll pop up in a film, and it's like, that's fucking Jamie Bell. Sweet. And then you don't see from him for a while, and it pisses me off because Billy Elliot is so fucking good. He's so fucking good in it. I just love the film.
He is working, I promise you. He's doing that show, and it's on Amazon Prime here.
That's good then.
I don't know what channel it's on over there.
That's okay.
Yeah, so he is working.
But yeah, number 3, Billy Elliot, and it doesn't come much more British than that.
Definitely. Well, my number 2, okay. This one, I think every 80s kid will have seen this, but probably no one will ever have heard of it if you're, a millennial. The movie is Kiss.
Yeah, David Lynch. Yeah. You had to watch that in school.
You had to watch it in school. Yeah.
It was like that and Gregory's Girls. You used to have to watch those in school. I love Gregory's Girl, by the way. That was a fucking awesome movie.
But yeah, so Kiss, well, it's about a boy who adopts a kestrel.
That is literally as British as it gets, that movie. Yeah. It's fucking
And it's
awesome.
great. It's fucking great.
You know what? I never even thought of that. I'm boiling.
I think I did say that at the beer table.
Possibly.
But...
Is that what we'll call it now? The beer table?
The beer table,
nice.
yeah.
Nice.
Kiss.
No, I'm with you on that one. I'm totally with you on that one.
I've got no idea what I'm going to put. Well, I do, but I think it's a bit... Nah, fuck it. I'm number 1. You go.
I did love that movie. So yeah, my number 2, I've actually hobbied this. But I've hobbied it because I'm not 1,000,000% convinced that one of them's a British movie. But those are British actors, a British director, but it's not set in Britain.
Right.
But when I went on Wiki...
Although, Zulu.
There you go.
Set in Africa.
When I went on Wiki, it claimed it was a British movie. So I'm taking it. So yeah, that movie is in Bruges.
Okay.
Apparently that is a British movie.
I'd count that as a British movie.
That's why I've hobbied it, because I'm not convinced that it is. I love it. It's a fucking cracking movie, but I'm just not convinced. But I hobbied that with Startup.
I'd start up on my list as well.
Because that movie is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Just that... One of those movies that, like, 2 fucking powerhouse actors, Jack O'Connell, when he fucking acts his balls off, he can act his balls off. He's an incredible actor. Jack O'Connell, man, fuck me.
He's great.
But then to put him up against someone like Ben Mendelsohn, who's just insanely
He is,
good.
man.
He's just like the way we talk now about some of Kevin Spacey's like earlier performances when he was at his peak, at his height. I mean, I suppose Kevin Spacey's riding a big wave right now with House of Cards and that. But the way we speak about Kevin Spacey, in the next 5-10 years, Ben Mendelsohn's going to be that guy. He's incredible.
Well, yeah, I mean, he is.
Did you ever watch the Australian movie Animal Factory?
No.
Get a hold of that. He's fucking insanely good in that movie as well. He's another level of actor that I don't think people appreciate it enough.
I think they're getting there.
They are getting there.
Like, say, Rogue One.
Yeah,
you know,
putting him in that kind of puts him left centre, you know.
But he's in another. He's going to be in another.
There's another big franchise.
Movie, aye.
Another big franchise coming up that he's in.
I forget what it is though.
I've
seen a trailer. Whatever. Yeah.
He's just insane, man. He's an insanely good actor. And then, like I say, him and Jack Connell work so well in that movie. That movie's just a damn good movie. And interestingly enough, the director of that movie is in Berwick right now.
Really?
Yeah. That's who's directing the Chris Pine movie. Yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Same director.
There you go.
That's why I put it in my top 5. It's not really, but...
Okay. My number 1. I never shut the fuck up about this movie. I think you need to watch it one of these days. The movie is Tyrannosaur.
Yep, yeah, you go on about it.
Yeah, I do go on about it a lot. So you got it's directed by your pal Paddy Constantine.
Excellent.
Yep. Olivia Colman, who I need to interview.
Yeah,
Olivia Colman is now sort of going up there with Miriam Margolyes. Like, if I got to meet her, you know,
you wouldn't have to interview her.
Yeah, kind of. Peter Mullen as well.
Great.
Wasn't he in Startup? Didn't he?
Yes, he was. He was like the other kind of main guy in
the
prison.
Aye. Peter Mullen is great.
Oh, he's fantastic. He's another actor who just doesn't get the credit.
But also Eddie Marsan.
Oh yeah, nice. I do like about him.
Who is in so much more than you realise he's in.
Another movie he's in that is fantastic, and I never actually thought about it until you said his name, is The Disappearance of Alex Creed. It's got him, Martin Compston, who we both like, and Gemma Arterton.
Okay, yeah.
She's in it as well. It's basically those three. It's a nice little kidnap movie, and it's fantastic. It's sort of... It's not in the same vein as Shallow Grave, but it feels a lot like Shallow Grave. Like, it's a totally different story, but it feels like it. It's a good movie, you'd love it.
Okay. I'll have a look for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tyrannosaur is just fucking so good.
Yeah.
The performances in it are so good.
I need to watch it.
You do need to watch it, but I keep saying to you that don't watch it if you're if you're having a down day or anything, because it's so fucking bleak, it's unbelievable.
So like a Sunday morning or something.
Like, the opening of the movie is, Peter Mullen's character is, he's a drunk. And in the opening of the movie, he kicks his dog to death. Cheery.
Yeah.
Yep, cheery.
He's good at playing drunk.
Yeah. He's Scottish, you see.
that must be it.
Yeah.
That must be it.
So, well, and obviously he's drunk. He didn't know what he's doing. It's no excuse. And then he meets Olivia Colman's character, who works in like a charity shop, and she's in an abusive relationship, and Eddie Marsan plays her husband. And he's a complete piece of shit.
Yeah.
And it's great. It's so fucking good. But so fucking bleak as well. Like, but if you're in the mood for a movie with a proper bit of fucking acting, then Tyrannosaur.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You keep telling me about
it fucking showcases the quality of British actors and actresses so well. And yeah, I can't say anything else about it, but I probably will on probably the next episode, to be honest with you.
So yeah, my number one's a hard one.
She said, "What?"
I have a couple of movies that I really want to put at number one, but you know what? I'm gonna go with my initial gut instinct, and I'm just gonna say it. It's a Shane Meadows movie. It's absolutely no fucking surprise to anybody. Yeah. This is England.
Yeah, I thought that would be on your list. It is on my list as well, but it just didn't fit in.
It was literally between that and Dead Man's Shoes. I love Dead Man's Shoes as well. Paddy Constantine, you know, he's fucking incredible. But yeah, This Is England is just... If you want to watch a movie about a certain period of time in this country, that is the one to watch. Like, it fucking encapsulates everything that was going on. Considering it was only made a few years ago, you know, but Meadows nails the feeling, the animosity people had, just the downright hatred that some people had, the love that other people had. it's everything what being British is. This Is England's incredible.
It is incredible. It is a cracking movie and a cracking show after as well.
Yeah, they made a TV show on Channel 4. They made 3 series of it. Every series is incredible. Every episode's incredible. Just Shane Meadows is a fucking director above most others when it comes to British directors. And I know like some of them go over to America and they make it huge, but when it comes to a British director making a British movie, you can't beat Shane Meadows. He just fucking nails it every time. And This Is England's one of those movies that I've watched countless times. And it's not even about, like, you know how I said the TV show The State, like, it's maybe the content, it's what it's about that keeps me watching it.
Yeah.
That is going to keep me watching the rest of the series. This Is England, it's not about the content, it's not about...
Well, it's not, it's about the characters and their stories.
It's the character, it's the story, it's the struggle that they're going through, it's the struggle the country's going through.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's flawless. I think This Is England's one of the most flawless movies I've ever watched, and it gave us fucking Eli Dingle in a whole new light. You know, we knew him from Coronation Street. They made him a skinhead, and he's fucking awesome.
Who?
Eli Dingle. Woody.
Oh, okay.
Right. And you know what? Fuck it. She didn't really have a big part in the movie. She was in the movie. She wasn't a big part. But it has made an absolute star out of Vicky McClure. She is fucking incredible.
Well, you had to mention her.
I had to, because she's my lass. But you cannot take anything away from that movie. They're all amazing. It's perfect.
Obviously, got to mention Joe Gilgun as well.
Joe Gilgun, just incredible.
Have you ever started watching Preacher?
No. I mean, the Americans have got him now with Preacher, and you know, fair play to him. But he'll always be Woody to me. Always. I'm going to watch Preacher. I am. I don't know what it is with Preacher, but I sat down to watch the first episode a while back, and I got about half an hour in, and I was like, I'm not in the mood. I was just like, I'm not in the mood for this.
It is good. You should give it another go.
Okay, I'll do that for the next episode. So yeah, my number one British movie of all time, This Is England.
Good choice. It
just doesn't get much better.
So both of our number ones are bleak as fuck movies.
That is what being British is all about.
Yeah, there you go.
So there you go.
That was episode 90 then.
So Scab Jeff, there's fucking 14 British movies for you to go and watch. And you can never say that we don't make good movies again. Do you have any honourable mentions you want to throw
I've got
in?
loads. Get Carter.
I've got Hot Fuzz.
Fish Called Wanda.
Sexy Beast. Did you ever see Sexy Beast?
No, I didn't.
Great movie.
Is that Ray Winston?
Ray Winston.
Yeah, well, you got to have a Ray Winston movie in a British movie. For fuck's sake. I think that's it. That's all for the.
Well, I had Sexy Beast 28 Days Later, which you said. I had The Descent, which I mentioned. Dead Man's Shoes, I mentioned. Moon with Sam Rockwell.
I've never seen that either.
Directed by Duncan Jones, David Bowie's son. Fucking excellent movie. And you know I love me some Sam Rockwell, so that was a hard one to keep off the list. But he's American. And yeah, that's it. That's my honourable mentions. Fucking
see, the thing is, like, ideally you would want to put a Nolan film in there, but what Nolan film could you put in? The only Nolan film I could think of putting in is Dunkirk, because it's an entirely British cast.
Yeah.
It's about the war.
Well,
so,
Nolan kind of cut his teeth with Australian actors, didn't he?
Yeah.
With Memento.
And then obviously you're I know it's Christian Bale and Gary Oldman and that, but you also got Morgan Freeman and what have you. Heath Ledger and all that. But
I would love to say that the Batman trilogy are British movies because of Christopher Nolan, but
we'll just say they are to a nice Scab Jeff.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
To Scab Jeff, they're British. They're definitely British.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's our list. This has been episode 90. It's been a chock-a-block episode.
It certainly has.
Again, I'm gonna say it again. Massive fucking thank you to the Cincinnati Comic Expo for having us over. I mean, we've done a few of these conventions over here now, and we're gonna continue doing them over here. But that was an experience and a half.
Oh, it definitely was. Definitely was.
Like you say,
and you know what? This is the most I've spoken about it, because loads of people have said, so how was America?
Yeah.
And all the time it's like, it was great.
It was awesome. What did you do? can't really
Got
remember.
drunk most of the time.
Oh, I hope they don't listen to this. They'll be like, oh, I wonder what those 365 boys said about the convention. Oh, so they just got pissed all the time. Wow.
Well, that didn't really take much figuring out because every time we went over to the hobby desk, we had a fucking beer in our hands. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Didn't get a hobby beer holder though.
No, but I got a snake oil one.
We got snake oil. Bless them.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got the swag wall sorted. It's
Bloody
getting there.
tight ass bastards not giving us a hobby one.
They had loads.
I know.
Gave us a t-shirt though.
Shoddy. Yeah, got a t-shirt.
I wonder if Lindsay washed it. I'll put that on the swag wall. I'll put that on the swag. Put that on the swag wall. So this has been episode 90, and we will be back for episode 91, which I suspect will be an indie talk.
We've got loads of indie talks coming your way.
Yeah.
It's about to get busy again.
Have a look at that Kickstarter for the fourth Monkey. It's worthwhile. It looks like a fantastic project. And we will be back. And again, Cincinnati Comic Expo, thank you very much. Yeah, so
what were you going to tell me?
My story, right? You know how I don't like being a cunt? And you know how what you said before was very cunty about Christopher Eck?
Oh, yeah, aye.
I was at work, right? And I try not to...
speak to anyone.
Converse with people in any way, shape or form.
Yeah.
But I was filling up one of the shelves, because I work in a supermarket, but other ones are available. And I was filling up one of the shelves, and this guy, bless him, he was a bit of an old boy, obviously just wanted to strike up conversation, and he came walking past us, and he goes, "Working hard?" And I turned around and I said, "Hardly working." I hate people who say shit like that.
You massive twat.
I know, right? I felt violently ill. I felt sick to my stomach. I wanted to poke myself in the eyes. I wanted to chop my knob off a little bit. Like, why would anybody say that shit? Working hard, hardly work. What a twat.
You know, on I know you don't like him, but on one of the Russell Brand stand-ups, he does a little bit about that kind of thing. Like shit you say, that fucking, you wake up at 3 a.m. and go, "Fuck you, you said that."
Yeah.
And he's like, so you'll wake up at like 5 a.m. tomorrow, and the inner you will go, "Kevin, sorry, I don't want to wake you, but I just want to remind you that you said when the guy said you're working hard, you said hardly working."
My enemy was saying that 2 minutes after I said it, and I don't tend to do shit like that, because you know what I hate more than anything in the world is when you're stood there and you're trying to, like, you know it's Wednesday, but you kind of, it's gone out your head, and you go, "It's Wednesday today, isn't it?" And they go, "All day." Oh, you bastard. Just say yes. Please just say yes. Don't say all day, because that fucking riles me. That is my biggest peeve about conversating with people.
Yeah.
All day. Twat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
There was one time where I was on the phone to a customer. This was back in the day before I had my own business, and it didn't matter. But I forgot what day it was. Like, it was a Friday.
Yeah.
It was a Friday, and was just cracking away with the customer, and so the guy was going, "Oh, you know, how you getting on," and all that kind of thing. Kind of like spoke it to him all the time and stuff. And I went, "Aye, no bad for a Monday," and it was a Friday.
Oh.
And then, but my head kicked in straight after. I was like, "What the fuck did you just say?" And the words that followed was, "I promise you, I'm not on drugs." Yeah, there you go.
But yeah,
we all have embarrassing shit like that.
Hardly working.
Wanker.
I felt like stabbing myself.
Massive, massive wanker.
Yeah. So that's episode 90.